Hair looks really good.
Oh, it does look really good.
Yeah, post those online, sis.
And then
Wait, let's get started. It's 1 o'clock.
We did start. I'm recording.
Oh.
Which Dana?
my cousin.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Is she like your cousin or like cousin?
No, like she's my cousin.
Questions I need answers.
Yeah. That's a legit question.
It is.
Okay, a cousin.
Oh, so not legit.
Cousin.
So you lied to us.
Play
No,
cousin.
she isn't my cousin.
Like blood.
No, which is it?
Why do we have the exact same alert?
Exact same. Oh, because we have basically the same wardrobe half the time. That's why. It's
I
not
was in the
shocking.
exact same bodysuit.
I almost sent it to y'all yesterday and was like, is this cute enough for the baby shower or not?
The bodysuit?
No.
Oh.
It was a dress, but it was like that same, the green
It's
ribbed
giving
material.
light
I
skin.
don't know if it's cute enough. I don't think so.
Are you trying to be on?
I can't decide. That's what I need help with.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your dog?
Yep.
Okay.
What?
Jesus
She's giving
Christ.
light skinned nigga energy.
Hey.
Oh, he does look like Drake.
Ooh.
No? All right.
We're going to go out
Okay,
getting
there you go,
canceled.
brother. So you
Actually,
can see
No one's going to cancel
what
us
I'm
over
talking
Drake.
about.
Also,
you see
cancel
it?
what? We cancel ourselves.
Also, they I was
Let's
gonna
go cancel.
I thought you were going to say cancel
Mic
what?
drop.
They canceled Drake, not you shooting at us.
Taking all right. Right.
Well, on that note, should we get started?
Yeah, I guess so. God dang.
Saya?
I was waiting for them. Give me a minute. There has to be space.
I thought there wasn't space anymore. Don't we just talk and then start?
It's fine. We're going to cut the space out, but maybe not any of this.
Okay.
Hey, it's Saya.
I'm Nicole,
It's Tiffany.
I'm Carol.
and this is what keeps us together.
Basically the group chat in your head.
Living rent free.
Hey,
Bam, 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 bam. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
don't forget.
Actually,
You can subscribe still, but
you can.
I don't know what you'd be subscribing to.
Good news, bad news.
Right.
Great news
is that we're back.
We
for
are.
right now.
And other great news, Tiffany.
I'm pregnant.
Okay, bad news.
So this is our last episode.
Yeah.
As we go.
Yeah, little. Can we tell them the name?
Of what?
Your baby.
No.
Huh?
No.
What? Do you want to keep it a secret? Okay, I'm gonna whisper it. Dewan. No, the chosen.
Okay, I was about to say it
Juan
changes every time.
Patrick King. But you didn't hear that from me.
Not you putting my man's government up.
Isn't it on his? Sorry. So yeah, life is changing and we have to make some adjustments. So
Life has been lifing
All
a lot
for the
this
better.
year. Yeah. Things are happening very quickly to all of us. And we have not had time to prioritize our pod, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that is not going to change anytime soon. So we're going to have to take
a
a
little breaky
hiatus, a break, a little pause. We'll see what it turns into before we can maybe come back again. But for now, all we know is that we won't be back for a while.
looking bleak, honestly. They don't want to say that, but
We know you guys love us, so that's the reason why there's part of a hold. But yes, it could be that we don't, but it's a possibility that we do.
we're going after the bang.
We know
Right.
that y'all gonna be watching though.
Big bang.
Because y'all gonna follow us and me trying to figure out what we doing with ourselves.
Yeah, we still going to be besties. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
there's going to be content somewhere.
that ain't never gonna change.
Oh.
We never record it, but
This is true. Follow us on socials. You might catch it. Not on mine. On theirs. I'm going to delete it. But follow us on socials.
You got 24 hours.
Follow us on socials and catch a story. Catch a story.
Yeah, catch the story. Because
Find
it's
it.
not going to
It's on
be
archives.
on the feed.
that's true. We had that whole friend day. I didn't post a thing about it. I completely
Oh my
forgot.
God.
I didn't post the one
reason?
picture.
I took videos too. And I was like, don't
Nicole
worry.
posted. I was like, oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. This is the next time I thought about it.
We were outside, y'all.
We were
This
together
We were
at one
outside
time.
all together at one
Crazy.
time. Had a ball.
And we saw a sports game.
Yes.
Oh,
They had me outside.
Our first, as a group, we went to the, what are they called? Spirit.
Yes.
Good job.
Yay.
Spirit
Watching
soccer
the
game.
Spirit
Such a good time.
team. It was
Yeah,
good.
it
It was
was.
hot.
We said we were going to do it. It made it out
was
the group
hot.
chat.
It did.
Y'all, I'm so proud of you.
I know. Proud of us too.
Yeah.
It was so hot. Somebody had their baby
It
out
was
there with no
hot.
clothes on, and I, in good motherly disgust, my
was.
non-motherly, I was like, y'all need to put some clothes on that baby. It don't make no
Also,
damn sense.
it didn't help. Your
It-
baby being naked in this hot sun doesn't make them cooler.
And it was in white, baby.
Are we shocked?
It was an
Caucus,
8.5
so he
by
had
11.
no melanin to protect him. Like, put some clothes on the baby.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Or pay a little extra money for a seat in the shade.
Or just stay home. Watch it on TV.
Yeah.
That too.
And when we mean
Or,
baby,
like,
we mean
you
like
got
maybe
options?
7
Yeah.
months. Maybe 7 months.
I think it was younger than
Yeah,
that.
because I didn't know it hold his head up.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
So
that was a
this is
little,
why we
little
feel-
baby.
All right,
This
this
way.
tangent is starting early. But
Welcome back.
you guys know what you get when you come with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so this episode is not sponsored by, but any of them could have been. Beyonce. We're doing Sir Davis today. Shout out to our sis. Her whiskey just came out, I don't know, on her birthday. So a month ago, I guess.
A little over.
So she's not drinking it. Obviously, this is a mocktail. So before you guys start,
Don't come for me, please.
Don't come for her.
I am
It-
drinking
will
an
not be
Arnold
me.
Palmer from Chick-fil-A.
Okay,
so
Because this episode should have been and maybe could have been sponsored by
also
Chick-fil-A
it could have been.
with as much as we've consumed it.
But Nicole and I are drinking it, and so is Patrick. So cheers, Sir Davis.
Yay.
Beyonce. Mine's also mixed with some blueberry, whatever.
No chase for me.
I decided I'm gonna.
This Chick-fil-A, they
Not
outdid
going.
themselves today. The tea
Ooh,
is
that
just
is
brewed
good.
perfectly.
It is, isn't it?
Hot chocolate
And the
makes me
bottle is
jealous.
super cute.
It's cute.
It
Okay.
is.
Love you, Beyonce. You're amazing. You
And
can
you
be
are.
Jesus, y'all gonna be on the floor at the end of this episode.
That's
I'm
why
not.
it's 44.
True to this.
is it
Never knew
right?
to this.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Brown is how I get down.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, but it's good.
It is good.
Nice and sweet.
It is. Mhm. She
Okay.
did her big one with that one.
Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all
Shout out to
enjoy
you,
it. Y'all should go out and get it. I think, and Beyonce, again, if you need us to
Do something else.
do something else.
Yep.
Got you.
We'll come back for that.
Right.
And will.
And will.
Whatever you like.
I think Crystal was saying the other day on her, she was like, if Beyonce asked me to denounce Oklahoma and say Oklahoma's Negroes were not as good as Texas, I might.
Listen, she told me to hop on one foot and bark like a dog I would. Like,
So
what do you want?
Well, I need to first understand what I'm getting out of it before I,
Beyonce.
I mean, but am I getting to have a conversation with her, or is her people reaching out to my people?
I could sniff her scent because she's already in the room, and that'd be enough for me.
Okay.
That's not enough for me.
I wasn't sure where that was going, but I'm glad you turned that one around.
I mean,
All
Carol, you
right.
sound like you about to drink her bathwater.
Right.
Now that is where I draw the line.
Oh.
That's where?
Yeah. I'm guessing Saltburn. That's what it reminds me of, and that's why I'm disgusted. If you've seen that movie, and I
But
wouldn't-
you wouldn't be disgusted had you not seen that movie?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But that makes it worse.
It's giving ivory soap in the bathtub. Like,
That's you haven't seen the movie.
I don't know what
I
that
haven't
means.
yet, but
Don't.
We're
see
still
it.
tangenting.
Okay. All right. Next.
Yes. So, as I was trying to say, for this episode, we're going to do our song of the week as our song of the summer. So, anybody want to start with their song that got them through the summer?
I'll go first because someone's gonna steal it if I don't.
Okay.
It's not really my song of the summer, but I said, "Ooh, baby,
I love you. You're my everything.
Okay. I cringe every time it comes on, but it is
a
the
good
song
one.
of the summer.
Yes.
Well, on that same vein, it's 7 p.m. Friday.
It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and got me.
I'm about to.
I told Patrick that should have been our pregnancy announcement.
Wow, missed opportunity.
Yeah, right.
Why wasn't it?
I don't know. He didn't.
You're no fun. I have another one too. Kalani has also been getting me through the summer.
Oh, Kalani.
Oh, yeah.
After Hours, love
Dang.
it. Some of her old stuff I've been listening to too. But
Well, I thought for sure y'all were going to do Kendrick's Not Like Us.
They not like us.
Yeah.
They not like us.
that is a good one.
Yeah,
That is
that's
my
I am
jam.
a little
That's a good
sick of
one.
it
I was
now.
going to say, I am at the point now where I'm like, ugh, every time I hear it. It's probably why I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't play it enough, so I'm okay.
It's
I
like
don't hear it enough.
I also- yeah, I never hear it
I've
all the
never
time.
selected. It's one, and again, another one of those songs I've never played myself.
You don't have to.
all the time.
Every
Exactly.
time I get in the car.
it is on the radio a lot.
Not like
Lot. Sunday
all
morning
summer.
on the way to church. I'm like, wow, can
They
we
not like us.
have an hour?
The sinners, they not
Bless
like us. They not like us.
Right, didn't you do a Christian remix to that?
I'm not
song,
surprised.
too?
Someone has.
Yes.
I've not heard that.
Some youth choir definitely has.
Definitely.
Oh,
What you got,
God.
Nicole?
No, that was gonna be it. 'Cause,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I said, every time I get in the car, it's on. I don't have to go look for the song. It's
That's
so,
true.
you know, anything that
You know who's
sounds
having a terrible
like
summer? Drake.
Child.
Talk about it.
Listen,
Every
about it.
time.
and it's unrelenting between all the back-to-backs. Excuse me, that song going up the way that it did, and then didn't his like home in Toronto get flooded.
Ugh.
And then the Super Bowl announcement.
Yeah. No, and then the Finsta, the shooting.
What? There
Oh
was
yeah,
a
there
shooting?
was a shooting at his house too. That's right.
Yeah,
Not at
there
his
was.
house.
There
Yeah,
was.
I
Who
forgot
was
about-
shooting? It wasn't Drake.
No.
Someone else.
I don't know if he knows how to use weaponry.
Pow. Those Nerf guns. Okay.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Did you do your
Sorry,
song?
your song?
yeah, that was mine.
Oh, they not look.
Oh, not like us?
I said it first.
Oh, come
That's
on,
why I
twin.
asked you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize we were twinning. Sorry.
Crazy. All right. So this week, because it's our last one, we have a lot of things to get off that we haven't got a chance to get to because we've been on hiatus and because we have like a ton of topics.
Buckle up.
So we are kind of going to do like a rapid fire. We're doing it true DC form. We're doing it like our debates. We have 10 minutes per topic. I have the timer.
Pray for us, y'all.
Ain't nobody gonna
Pray
listen to
for us,
her.
y'all.
When
Listen.
we go far beyond, when you hear they're eating the dogs,
Yes.
that's when you know.
We have to move on.
Gotta wrap
We have to move on. Tiffany's in charge of muting the mics, just like everything else.
I'm so glad I know how to unmute.
Okay. So our very first
Were you
topic.
silenced? Sorry.
Very first topic is shits and gigs. I'm starting the timer now.
Ooh, who
That's
wants to
8
give
minutes.
us a-
Shoot.
Oh, well,
I
that
thought I
didn't
did
work. But
10.
who wants to give us background on what was happening with the Shits and Gig podcast? Anybody know?
So they
the-
want Andrew Schumer.
Schultz, but
Schultz.
I like Schumer, so
Whatever.
let's go
So
there.
should it not be you? Then,
Probably not. No one else started, so I thought I would get it off.
you just
They're on some white man's podcast. It's always been saying something crazy. I really don't know him for anything else, but like when he's trending for saying something crazy. Like, what does he do?
Well, he also has that like rapport with Charlemagne, who's on his show all the time. That's the only reason I know him.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
And he does the same thing there, though. He trolls like the whole entire time.
Interesting.
there.
I've never,
That's what-
again, another person I've never opted in on, but
Hear
his
their name all the
content I
time?
see.
So Shits and Gigs were on his podcast
Mhm.
and they were going through a plethora of things. But what went viral was Andrew made a joke. Oh no, they were talking about the black
Woman.
wife effect on white men,
Girlfriend.
girlfriend effect, and how white boys like glow up after they're with a black woman. And he was disagreeing.
Because he likes to troll.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and basically saying they cut their hair or something because they slap them and they're making jokes about black women being violent
And aggressive.
and aggressive
and loud.
and they were just laughing the whole
I'll
time. These
show
two
'em
black men
aggressive and
laughing at a
loud.
white man making jokes about black women.
Who was largely Shits and Gigs base.
Yes. And
whole
they got a
reason
lot
they
of
blew up.
heat from it. A lot of heat. A lot of women, particularly calling to cancel them. Blah, 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 blah. They put out a apology about it that also was not received well.
Are they ever?
Because they were probably rude in the apology too.
They actually
not.
weren't.
They were really humble.
They were very...
Yeah.
Not you not watching it, but having an
Right.
opinion.
Yep.
Okay.
And will.
Okay, so for those that saw any part of it, just kidding. Does anybody have thoughts? I know you have thoughts.
And after your thought, I'll have another thought.
Okay.
I think initially for me, I just didn't understand why they were there. It felt to me like you were doing, I know that they were doing a US tour. I understand that some podcasts have the ability to launch your career into a different lexicon. Like I get all of that. But what I don't understand is if you're not prepared to rebut somebody who you know is going to purposely try to say something that is going to either attack you or attack people that you love, why go on the show? To me, it just felt very ill prepared to one, say, yes, I'm going to go to this show, knowing what his background is. Everyone, even if you don't know him, you know he's still kind of like, just likes to poke fun and try to get a rise out of people. So if you're not prepared for that, and you're in their response, their apology, they were just like, yeah, we were stuck in fight or flight. But why are you not prepared? It just felt lazy. Like, well, let's do this real quick to get what we need out of it instead of being prepared, which then, like, you don't really care. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about the people who helped you get where you are.
It felt like less prepared, and that they might have legitimately thought it was funny. Like the way they were cackling, to me, it gave off, you're telling a funny joke and I'm gonna go with it. To me, it was like less prepared, and what they thought was funny just didn't sit well with their target audience. Like I don't. That's how it came across to me. I thought they legitimately thought whatever he was saying was funny, rather than the whole flight. Because I could understand like being in a situation where you feel uncomfortable and not wanting to like shake the table.
Right.
But they didn't move. Like some people say like other topics, they moved along or they asked him to cut out and that wasn't one of them. So to me, they didn't see it was an issue until someone told them it was an issue is what I got from it.
Which I think is part of the problem. To me, I like can understand because they're doing a tour of other podcasts that I'm just like are not what I would necessarily even say are their base audience. Even when they did Kev on Stages and Angels podcast, I was like, oh, interesting. I don't know that I would have called that they would have done that collaboration just to trying to get their like, you know, promo and get their name out and hit different audiences. But I'm just not shocked. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Not to say that I'm even like disappointed. Like they've never been we stand on business. We have an opinion about this and we're going to let you know, like that's not their brand. That's never been who they've pretended to be. Like just none of it surprised me. I just felt like, oh, they've always tried to be like, we're here for the laughs, not for like any like substantive subject matter. And this was just a continuous part of that course to me. And I do think it is part of that. Like they didn't think it was a problem until it came out. But I also don't love that we're like, I mean, I understand why we're harder on them than we are on Schultz or whatever, but he's the one who made the joke and no one's like canceling him. Yeah. And so I think that that's also kind of weird. Like they're guilty because they're in the room and didn't like stand on business, I guess. But there's a whole bunch of flagrant shit that they read off Reddit. They're never like, okay, you guys, this is inappropriate, but we are going to make jokes about it. You know what I mean? That's just like never been who they are. So I don't know like what the expectation was either.
Yeah. But I think that that's part of the reason why I didn't understand why go. I guess that was my point, right? Like,
because he's a comedian and they laugh at stuff. Like, I just don't think that they thought, I don't think that they really thought about like, I don't think they're going to go on Joe Rogan. But I don't think that they're like, this is a comedian's podcast. So it probably seems like.
I lump him in with Joe Rogan, and that's the reason why I didn't understand why you're going. To me personally, I can understand what you're saying. Yes, he's a comedian. Some people find him funny, but if we're talking about the bigger picture as far as, I like to laugh, but your stuff is not funny. So why am I going? Joe Rogan, I don't believe in anything you're talking about. So why am I going to go?
But they do clearly think that he's funny. Right. And Joe Rogan's not a comedian. He is like a purporter of information or whatever. Like to me, it's different genres. So like, I understand like why they went there. I mean, I understand like it's not my like comedic favorite either. Like
and to your point, they find him funny. So really they honestly do. The apology doesn't mean anything really. I guess we had a standard of other Black women who have supported him and got them to where they are, really did not think that they were on that type of time. And we learned that they are on that type of time, just based on the choice. Whether or not they had a conversation or not, you choosing to go on there lets us know that's the time you're on.
See, but to me, I didn't think this was cancel worthy. Like, was it bad? Was it poor taste? Like, could you do better? Absolutely. I don't know if I'm going to like unfollow them and stop looking at their posts. Like, yes, it was in poor taste. I'm not so offended that I would never listen to them again, personally.
That's how I feel either. And I'm like, am I anti-Black? But I don't.
Anti-women? Like, is there?
But I also was just like, I think because I just never had that expectation of them, I don't feel disappointed.
Right. And I think that's where the line is, right? Like if you're someone who really believed that this person was one type of way, when you learn something different, regardless of who you are, you're like, oh, okay, well, you're not for me. Thanks.
I also wasn't investing any money in them either. So maybe if I was investing money, maybe I would feel different. But
no, I'm saying that part.
Yeah. So if I was like, I don't know, subscribing to their Patreon or like paying money to go to their show, maybe I would care a little bit more. But I'm like a passive fan. Yeah. Fan is even like probably a strong word.
Whenever they come up on my timeline, oh, okay.
Yeah, like, this is funny. I think you guys, you're very two funny individuals. I enjoyed that when they were on Kevin Angel's podcast, but
Black Boy Joy, I like seeing that too. So sure, it's great. And the vulnerability with each other on the podcast, being friends is different, right? Like they're very honest and open about their friendship in a way that a lot of men are not allowed to be in this society. So that was refreshing. But past that, I mean,
and I like that their content is like lighthearted. Like it's like, you know what I mean? It's just like I guess I'm not just like ready to like throw them into the wind because I liked that aspect of what they bring to my timeline or news cycle or whatever.
And their apology seemed genuine to me.
Yeah.
Like
I definitely seemed ashamed.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like they didn't realize I think they legitimately didn't see an issue with it. Because again, if they wanted it taken out, they had the opportunity to do it and they didn't. So I think they just didn't realize it was wrong. They now know it's wrong. we'll see what happens in the future.
Is the rhetoric that we're hearing about people not wanting to deal with them anymore because certain individuals appreciated what they looked like aesthetically and thought possibly there's a chance for me to have an interaction with them?
You thought they dated black women.
And now
I think
you
they
don't
do,
feel
though.
like you're on... You don't feel like that's something that you... Like before it was the fantasy and now it's kind of dead. Is that... You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
Could be. I don't know. That's what
it's
it
not
feels
my
like.
truth.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But I
Is it
just
your
wonder
truth?
for those people... no. No. It's not.
Nicole, do you
Yeah,
have
have your thoughts?
any
No,
thoughts?
I think I said all that I was going to say.
Oh, wow. We finished that one up in less than 10 minutes. Good for us. Love that for us. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say?
No, I think that they've learned their lesson, honestly. So hopefully
Outside of that, just the black woman effect doesn't work on everybody. So just also be mindful of that.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I think they were saying like it.
Oh, so you guys are going to keep going even though.
No, I
stopped the timer.
Sorry, I just
That's
thought
fine.
about this though too.
You have a minute.
I don't understand how people are upset about it. Also, because they did mention that they date both, right? That they date
Yeah, that's what I just
both.
said.
Like there's
Equal opportunists.
no less of an opportunity, but it may not be as strong. Let's just put it that way. And I think even James, I think somebody says James has
But why
a
is
kid
it not as
coming
strong?
in his because of the way in which they interact with black women. So you may not protect them as much as they believe that they do. Right? Like they themselves have basically recognized within their own self that there is a bias within themselves. I think that that's really what the eye-opening thing was for them. I was saying, but I'm backing up. Also, I think James is having a kid with a white girl anyway. So like, there's also this thing of like,
Oh, so you're not proving the point.
I am proving the point as far as like, there may be an opportunity, but there also may not. It's leaning more to what they said, and their truth
They
is...
didn't say anything.
Okay,
They
what
slapped.
their laughs said. Okay.
All right, and our time is up. We're moving on.
Now that's getting a full-on alarm. Girl, silence that thing and just tell us it's time.
You guys need the sound, clearly.
Lord.
All right, next up, Shannon Sharp Moangate. I don't know what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it.
Sorry in advance.
That's my Michelle.
That's my Michelle.
Listen,
When I tell you,
Michelle.
I purposely did not listen to anything.
Not even when Carol played it? Sent it?
No,
listen, one thing about me
You didn't watch
is
it?
No.
I'm going to find the audio, I'm
One
going
thing
to
about
find
me-
the tape,
Okay.
and I'm going to share it.
Carol is. And one thing about me is I'm never going to look for it because I don't want it in my search history.
There's an incognito mode for a reason. And to be fair, it was very easy to find because one of those other salacious sites had posted it on theirs, a clip of it. That's my Michelle. And, but I don't know who Michelle is, but Miss Mamas was getting it and doing her big one.
The way Twitter
clearly.
does
This
find her.
person. Can we just say this person?
Ooh.
Okay,
Do you have feelings?
I don't know if I'm going to do that to this man.
I'm just
But
saying.
if you're not aware, Shannon Sharp accidentally went live on Instagram.
Wait, it's not accidental
You know he
anymore.
didn't get
Didn't
hacked.
Didn't he acknowledge that he did it?
No, he said
No.
he didn't get hacked, but he didn't know he was going on live.
Oh, Yeah. okay,
he
okay.
admitted that he didn't get hacked, but he
Yeah.
said he
Also, what
accidentally.
happens? You're just like on Instagram and then you're just like, she's
Yep.
like pulling your pants down and you're like, oh.
Maybe.
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 That sounds like a bad way to get greeted. You know what I'm saying? But
You
yeah.
walk in the door and you got a gift on the other side of it, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because how many buttons do you have to push to get to
That's what I'm
live?
saying. I've never accidentally done it.
Never, not once have I ever accidentally went live.
Oh, you
You do have to put in
I
a title and then
Yeah,
verify that you're going on.
Oh, do you?
But maybe they were sitting on it, which means it may be
Wow,
rapid
that has a
fire.
whole nother meaning. That is not, that, when you said that is not what I was expecting.
I'm talking about like if let's say hypothetically you fall asleep with the phone in your bed and then you roll over on it and then like, oh, now it's touched this and now it's touched this and
This is what happened. He went live while he was getting fellatio. Or some,
Wait, what?
Oh, you know that?
that's not what we were assuming?
I didn't listen to the video.
Oh, Patrick
You didn't
has,
assume that he was getting cheeks? He was just getting fellatio?
I didn't hear no. I don't want to do sound
apparently
effects.
there was a little clapperization.
Hold on,
Yeah.
we have a video.
What?
Wait, we're playing?
Oh my
Yep.
God.
Playing the
Oh,
clip.
playing-
and
oh,
here
wait.
it
Are we
goes.
gonna be able
Oh, it's
to?
No.
How long is this?
video?
Just make sure you listen.
Patrick, how long is this?
We can get a band on YouTube.
Not you cutting into our 10 minutes with this spoof.
I'm gonna
Pause the clock.
our 10 minutes.
We're in a timeout.
because this was not a part of the
Oh,
plan.
so now already she's going over
It's
the
a
time. I need y'all to
First
notice
of all,
that.
I have the timer, so I make the rules.
Exactly. See? What is happening? What is he?
This is a spoof.
Put the tip on the lips.
What is that?
I some sports center up in here. Psych. Let me do something before 2 songs of woods. I stretch it like a quarter to 3s. I bring it back my
Sir, why are we playing
I'm
this?
not doing this whole thing. This is long as hell.
Why he said, can I stretch it like a quarter to 3?
Okay,
What the hell?
I'm turning the timer back up. Why is that producer so weak? Okay, so that's not what y'all thought was happening? There was no other sound, so that's why I didn't think anything else was happening.
One, I didn't listen. 2,
Oh, well, you listened.
I thought we heard her moaning and stuff. I don't have it committed to memory. I apologize.
Okay.
wait, so you moaned? Never mind.
Well, you know, we can move on.
What? We can move on.
I don't
Moan
get
gate.
it. Whatever happened is unclear. What is clear is that since then he has put out a t-shirt line
Yep.
from it, which is making it seem more strategic, some might say, or maybe he's just capitalizing off the moment.
I think he
How do
might
you
be
guys feel?
capitalizing off the moment, but I could be just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because it definitely is giving.
Don't you say it. What I was gonna say was
Say it.
the reason why I thought he was getting cheeks was because before I heard the sound, I read all the comments and all the people were like, "Is he the type to talk her through it?" Because he seemed like it, and people were like, "Yeah, girl, he was talking her through." I assume that's what's happening when you're having sex, not when you're getting head. Oh, teach me something new.
I'm not teaching you anything on this podcast.
Okay.
Well,
I feel like if you have to get talked through getting head, you're like not doing great. Is that? Am I okay? I thought usually you get talked to about how to take. I'm a mom to be.
So capitalizing off the situation or planned. How does everyone feel?
I feel like I agree with Nicole that it was definitely capitalization. Let's just say this. Shannon Sharp has been working very hard within the last 5 years to try to diversify his income streams, right? He's been capitalizing on a lot of things to be able to do that. I'm not mad at it. That being said, somebody said, you know, another way to get money? Make this shirt and say "My Michelle" on it.
See, I thought that was cringe. Like
It's very
It's very
cringe.
cringy
It is
to
very
do that.
cringe,
However-
but how many people are going to buy it?
And how much if you are looking to make
I see a nigga with that shirt on.
and if your focus is capital, this is the same thing as people, you know, taking. Let's say that there's anything bad that happens in the world, and people, COVID, right? When people went and bought hoarded masks so they could sell them at a high price. This is what people do. It's a bad scenario, and I want to make money off it because I know
this feels different.
Okay.
No,
so
but I'm
then-
Hoarding medical supplies and making a shirt.
No,
I'm just saying.
Wait,
in
let me
general-
say this. In that same vein, then what we could do to monopolize on it is make t-shirts that say "I'm Michelle" and then own
Absolutely
your
not.
craft, sis.
Absolutely not.
I'm a selling shirt
No.
to say "I'm Michelle."
I would
and then
never
you
come
feel
forward.
like-
People would.
Never come forward if I was Michelle.
No, I'm not saying come forward. I'm just saying if you out here thinking you a baddie, buy you a shirt that says "I'm Michelle."
Well, the problem with the shirt is that it's also just not very it's not very marketable. Like if you
It's not
I
cute.
got hacked or something, it's gonna be like it has a longer way to go than "That's my Michelle." Like unless you're married to someone named Michelle. Like
A lot of people bought it.
what are
though.
the real options for you to wear that shirt?
I would have did shirts. I would have did like a mug, or I would have done like
mug. What do
like
you
or something like a little tray to hold my toys. I don't know, something like something different. I just can't imagine
tray to
anyone
hold your
over.
But
I
a
don't know.
t-shirt is the fastest and the
18
easiest
wearing the
way to
shirt.
make money.
If I see a grown man wearing this
You can do
shirt,
mugs pretty easily.
First of all, if I
these
see
days,
a grown man walking around with "That's my Michelle" mug, like, sir,
but
Dating
who
Rashida?
walks around with mugs?
Like what?
It's not a Yeti. I'm talking about like a coffee mug in your house. Something like funny. Like if someone saw that or like a towel or something, I would be like,
Okay.
oh, that's funny. Like I get
Okay.
it. I'm not walking around with it, but like it's something entertaining to
like
have in
you
your
get
house.
if you know, you know.
Yeah, like I would have it in my house. I would not walk around with it on.
Okay.
That sounds crazy to me as a grown up.
I just don't,
T-shirts
yeah.
are the easiest and the fastest, so I
You
understand.
can literally
why.
do the same thing. On the same site, you can make a t-shirt, you can make a mug. For cheaper, probably.
For you prepay and then they bank. Same
Yeah,
thing?
same
Okay,
thing.
I
The
don't
drop
know.
shipments things.
Okay, I don't
Super
know.
easy.
I'm asking.
Same site.
Okay. So either way, yeah, he was capitalizing. That's my vote. Tiffany?
Any other thoughts?
Yeah.
Moangate, hot mess.
But also,
all
it's
I got to
interesting
say.
that there's no backlash. Like, there's nothing bad that can happen from this for him.
It almost feels like he's like, I'm gonna ask for forgiveness instead of permission, because the first thing he did was reach out to his cable source or whoever he has a contract with, is ESPN. I just don't want to speak incorrectly, and was like, he apologized to them, but they ensured him that they wouldn't fire him or whatever, or cancel his contract.
I mean, that's
but
a
it's
good
giving,
move.
he wanted to set up an OnlyFans, and he wanted to make sure that they were going to be cool with him being outside.
Well, I think if I have a
are you villainizing him for that? Like, what's the bottom
No,
line?
I'm just saying
point?
it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So like,
So you want to test the waters, is what you're saying?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused.
Like,
Are you saying that he called ESPN before he went on live?
No, I'm saying
after
that.
Like if they had been like, oh my God,
Who else
how
am I
dare
supposed
you?
to call?
I'm just saying, like, obviously
Michelle?
we know that it's difficult to do a live, right? So if we know that it's difficult, like, you don't accidentally just go on live.
You just
So
told us all the reasons that you could accidentally do it.
I'm saying that there was, but the likelihood of him accidentally going on live, like, sir, it would be something different if you accidentally did in the
Can I help
past.
you make this point?
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
Go ahead.
I think what Nicole is saying, if Shannon Sharp ever wanted to go into some adult content, this was his like soft launch
Yes.
to see how his employer would feel about it.
Yes.
So by them being like, no big deal, this is fine, maybe he could do it a step further. But if they were like, absolutely not, how dare you, this violates your moral clause, blah, 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 then I don't know, maybe he tries something different. I think is what Nicole was trying to say.
So you're thinking the long game here is that he's going
Porn.
to start a...
money.
Is that what you're saying?
Money. Yes.
Money.
He's
You
diversifying
think that
his
there's more
multiple
money for
streams
him
of
in
income.
porn than there is in what he's doing with...
OnlyFans.
They've already reached out to him about a contract. So I've heard.
It's on the internet.
Allegedly.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. People have seen it with their own 2 eyes.
Allegedly.
I'm off this.
Allegedly.
We're doing really good. Wait, before I stop the timer, because y'all know you like to backtrack. Are y'all done?
I just have one more thing I need to address.
Go ahead, Nicole.
I'm just joking.
Just
Okay.
Nothing. I'm done.
Cool.
Are we voting on it? No.
What's the vote?
Okay, capitalizing on a
We know what
moment
he's
or a
doing.
mistake.
We know what he's doing.
I
I
don't
think
think.
it's both.
Okay.
I don't think he did it on purpose. Now, how he
Is that what you're asking?
accidentally did
Well,
it?
wasn't that the first question? Wasn't that what Carol asked us?
Yeah, like what do you think was on purpose, or is he just capitalizing off a bad situation?
Capitalizing, definitely.
I think so too.
Okay.
I don't. I feel like if you were gonna intentionally do it, you're gonna go a little bit harder than
There's
that.
another-
Personally,
Okay, next up we have the Olympics. Sai's been dying to talk to this about this. I'm gonna let her go for it.
Yes. Well, first I want to say that I don't know if everybody watched, but I always love watching the Olympics. Like, to me, I wanted us to have a whole episode about this because I love the Olympics.
Did not.
Yeah, they hated on it. So
that's not what happened. We just couldn't record in time.
At first, I was like, listen, I will
That's
watch. This is
anti.
the first year that I've watched probably more than I have in the past.
Right. And I love the Olympics mainly because we get to see our Black people kind of dominate and a lot of, I'm being honest.
Why did you
All
say
of
it like
our Black, because I
Right.
was going to say, when I say Black, my Black people dominate on the field no matter what country they are from. And that to me makes it
sometimes I
fun.
care a little bit.
I mean,
About the United States?
I do if they're going against each other, but
You
if
care about the United States?
No, sometimes I care what. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
saying, like if it's against
yeah,
us, like
yeah,
all right, no,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you.
It's Black United States, all the rest of the other countries
Okay, yeah.
that have Black people, and then everybody else.
And then United
For
States.
everybody Black American,
Yes,
and then
then-
just Black.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then United States. Yes, so it's tiered.
That's fair.
But
Although in swimming, I was going hard for old girl.
yeah,
From China.
No.
No, the
Oh.
Black girl.
No. Oh.
No,
Oh.
The white
she's
one.
talking about swimming.
Yeah, no, there's a Black girl that does freestyle
I
swimming.
know, but I'm
What-
talking about
who
the
are you
white lady. I
talking
don't
about?
know
Yeah.
her name. Now it's been
Something
how long has it been
sca-
since
it-
we
Oh, the American.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was talking about the diver
Yeah.
from China.
Yeah. So
the
she's
swimmer.
on that third tier. Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
Sorry.
what specifically did you want to address about
well, I wanted to talk about the Olympics in general. I wanted to also talk about.
them? We have 8 minutes, so
I'm saying in the
Keep it
past.
concise. Let her
get it out, let her get it
Thank you. I'm saying in the past, but and just in general, people's thoughts about it. But then I also want to go to the controversy that did happen with Jordan. What is Jordan's last name? Oh God, I can't remember her last name.
Jordan Charles.
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 I was
Yes,
like,
Jordan
Woods.
Charles.
No.
Right. I was like, no.
Michael.
Jordan Childs.
Jordan Childs and her bronze medal. But what do y'all think overall about the Olympics? And then we'll get into that.
My favorite part was Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav.
I hate
That's
you.
it.
yes.
Not even athletes.
Yes.
Got
They
it.
are athletes.
No, they're not.
No, they're
They
not.
are with the mic.
They proved that they were not athletes.
They are athletes
Because
with
they
the
kept
mic.
trying to do
It
stuff.
was very entertaining watching them. But I also, like I said, this is the first time I've been like more tapped in than I have been in the past. And I think it's because I did not realize, one, how stunning the track girlies are.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe, again, social media has done wonders for athletes. I feel like 'cause we're tapped in a lot more. We're more accessible to them. But I've never seen women look more flawless after running that hard.
Right.
And their makeup still look pristine. Like, drop the tutorial.
Please.
It's a train for 10
What is
years
the setting spray?
for us to watch them for 10 and a half seconds. That's what it is.
That is also
Ma'am,
insane to think
that's,
about that.
that's like 2 races. All the other ones longer.
I'm just saying. Like, I mean, that was just about like you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
But even the fact that them running like 20 miles in 30 minutes, I was like, oh, how?
Crazy.
How?
I'm driving. I'll meet you there.
Tiff, what are you? What are you? Olympics.
Overall, I am an Olympics girly. I love it every year. I'm glad that the time difference was not crazy because I was able to watch a lot.
Yes.
I was like in the office with my iPad watching our American finals and gymnastics all around, I think, while I was working. I've never felt more in my prime than at that moment.
In your prime.
I just felt like I was
Like, she was there. She was there.
they're killing it and I'm
Locked
killing
in.
it.
Let's get him.
I'm locked in.
I think my office turned it on. I think everyone just
I was
was
about to
like,
say
was down to the
everybody
fact
else
that
in
we
the
were
office.
Shocked that
pretending.
no one else was like locked. I was like, I feel like I'm delinquent because I have my iPad here and I'm watching this, but like, why don't y'all care more?
We
I
cut
was
meetings
very-
off when like the some like the track.
Yeah, someone was
Yes.
like, I had a meeting the day after I think one of the women's soccer games, and someone was like, "Oh, did you watch that game?" I was like, "Well, I had a meeting, so I like missed some of it." And they were like, "Why didn't you cancel it?" And I was like, "That's an option. Like, please let me know because I will cancel more of them. I've blocked off some of my calendar. Like, I'm not playing around." But yeah, between like soccer, gymnastics, swimming, I just like there was like so much like cool stuff happening this year. I watched a lot of fencing, which was weird. I watched a lot of polo. I watched a lot of like shooting, like the swaggy shooters.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Yes.
Basketball
That were
games.
fly. Yeah. I didn't watch that much basketball, but
I didn't either.
I watched like the finals, I think, like towards the like end. And then yeah, listen, it was a great year for the Olympics. It was like really cool. But there was also like a lot of controversy, which is like also interesting. Like all the Jamaican sprinters who didn't participate in their events and stuff like that. Like I don't know what was going on. The sin still having E. coli.
Yeah, what's going on in Paris?
And people getting sick. Like it was, I mean, it always has its own controversies and things that are going on. But
are you referring to like when they couldn't make it? Like if they didn't ride together on the bus?
Well, that was part of it. So that happened for the 100 meter women's final, but then something else happened for the 200 meter race where both of the, I think, Jamaican runners pulled out. And I don't think it was for the same reason.
Yeah, we would like to know.
Yeah, we never
Or that one guy was sleeping in the park.
Right.
Oh, because the conditions of the village were so
Yeah.
bad. The
And
conditions
that
of the
was
village
better?
are always really bad. They're always like notoriously like,
Or
it's like dorms,
I know, but sleeping
worse.
outside being the better option sounds crazy.
I don't disagree. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cape for
Or
anyone.
the woman who claimed that the other woman who she was boxing against was a man, and that whole
that was
controversy with
so absurd.
Yeah, this Olympics, for every good thing, it did have some crazy ones where
And
it's
Paris,
just
y'all
like,
never hosting it again.
Ever.
Y'all are.
Y'all not supposed to be this ghetto.
Can I also bring this up?
I mean, aren't you though?
And I don't know how close we are to our time, but
3 minutes and 45 seconds.
I think it would
44, 42.
completely defeat the purpose of us if we didn't talk about the opener for the Olympics.
I cut that thing
What
off
part?
so fast.
I didn't watch it all either.
I mean, I didn't watch it. So
The last
I
supper part,
picked it
all
up
the
from
Republicans were mad
watching
about?
it on The View when they were talking about the alleged Lord's Supper table.
Girl,
If you
okay.
don't, okay.
No.
Do we have to talk about it?
It's
Nope,
so
we don't have
weird.
to. If
But
y'all
also,
want
If you have a take, go ahead.
I personally feel like people should make sure that they are looking at the full picture before they jump and make conclusions about things. That I just wanted to make sure I
what
vocalized
was
that.
the full picture?
So allegedly, the opener for the Olympics of what appeared to some to be the Lord's Supper table was just what was in frame of what was happening on the full runway. And that it was actually lined with a significant amount, like way more people than what was in frame. And people immediately was like, oh my God, they are spoofing the Lord's Supper table. And this is just blasphemous, so on and so forth. And if you look at the full picture, it was allegedly a runway filled with people.
That part wasn't alleged. It was a runway.
I'm
Indeed.
just for the point, I'm making the point.
Okay.
The runway filled with people. I mean, you're also in Paris, France, and fashion is notorious
Texas.
for, it was a lot going on, but it wasn't giving Lord's Supper table if you looked at the full thing. And I feel like people watch things
To get offended.
and to immediately want to attack something without having knowledge is all I'm getting at.
Context matters.
And yes, context matters. But even then, if it's not for you, turn the damn channel. If you don't like
It
it,
definitely wasn't for me.
then just move on.
I forgot what I was watching.
The
And I
Man
was
on
so
the Horse.
weirded out. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to watch this, actually.
Also, all the athletes in the rain before their biggest events in the world.
Right. I was like, this makes no
What's
sense.
happening?
There's so many
Why y'all
other
got them
things
outside?
happening and you're hyper focusing on something that you think it is because you want to be angry at something. So let me find this thing, make a big fuss about it, and then be wrong.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get that off my chest because that did pluck my nerve a whole lot. For you to immediately be in the attack of these beautiful people who are wearing fashion and design and there for a completely different reason than what you are trying to put it there. I mean, if you are that concerned, be prayerful and less judgmental.
This is your
Cosign.
1 minute warning.
Okay. Celine Dion also brought down the house at the end. I was like so happy to see her. It had been years since we've seen her perform.
Yep.
I thought that
I
was
didn't
really
watch
cool.
that either.
Didn't want to breeze past. It was like the only part I like left. And then I was like, Celine Dion on? No. She's on. Okay.
We actually didn't talk about Jordan.
But that's what I was about to say.
I
So
was
let's
about to
talk
say
about
that
Jordan.
too. Yeah. So they just announced a couple.
Racism.
Yeah.
There we
pretty
go.
much.
There you
That's it. That's
There
it.
you go.
That's pretty
So I
much
got
it.
that.
There's always
That pretty much
controversy about
sums it
whether or not she turned in the rebuttal
Which they
in
did.
time.
Yeah.
And they proved.
And they proved.
Twice now.
So now we're just it's a racist.
And I don't know like why you would be so beholden to being wrong.
Right.
Like you guys made the mistake twice because the even reason she had to do the rebuttal is because you guys put her score wrong initially. So even the reason that she's having to do the rebuttal in a certain amount of time frame is because you guys messed it up in the first place. None of it has to do with her performance or like what she did on her event.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
We have to move on. Thank you for your time.
Cheated, bamboozled, she was.
Mhm.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Concepts.
We have a lot to go through. We're going to move on to the next stuff. So now we're going to talk about the woman that was raped by 99 men. A little hard left hand.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna. Okay.
Yep.
That's how we introed it.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, I
No.
wasn't aware of this until you guys brought it up. So who wants to go?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you got to give context because every time I hear that, I'm like, what in the hell?
Is it literally 99? Is it?
It's a lot.
Talk about
it's
99 problems.
Let's see. Okay, so let me.
I'm going to start after you read the.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Oh, wow.
this
Gracious
is a lady in France named by the name of Giselle.
Y'all concerned about the Lord's Supper table and there's a woman getting. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, this actually started back in 2020, so they really weren't. This has been a long.
it's
time.
still
a
the
good
same
point, though.
place.
It's a good.
It's still
This
the same
is a
place.
good point.
Y'all have misplaced outrage.
Truly,
We also just found out about this, right?
yes, because it had been going on. So she
Well,
apparently
3 weeks ago. It don't take them that long to get mad. They mad about the cats and dogs. Sorry.
It's fair.
We digress.
That ain't even true.
Right. So long story short, this woman is married to
That's how we're going to
her
us.
husband, and they've been married for I
Married
think
to your husband's
almost.
crazy.
Okay. I was gonna say his name and then I
I'm so
forgot.
sick of us. I'm sorry. Sorry, let's restart. I'm sorry. I feel like we're coming at your neck a lot.
Yes. This is
Let's
not even a funny
recalibrate. Let's
topic.
recalibrate.
Okay, thank you. So this lady named
Sorry.
Giselle Pellicott was married to her husband Dominique Pellicott for I believe 40 years, if I remember correctly.
40?
Yeah, he was.
We've been married 40 years or she's 40 years old?
No, they've been married for
Let her
40 years.
finish the story.
So he was arrested in 2020 because he was putting his phone under people's dresses and at a supermarket, and so he got caught for that. They checked some of his equipment at his house just to make sure he wasn't doing anything else. And then they found out he had been in private chat rooms. And the chat discussions were sexual acts on your partner without their consent, often after administering drugs to them. This was like the whole chat that he's having.
This is a chat room?
Yes.
That's the title?
Not the title, but just I'm saying that's what is going on in the room.
Why are these kind of rooms allowed? Also,
I don't even. I mean, I'm sure they probably put the title as something else, but somebody needs to be in them.
How many of you people are in this chat?
Is the title something else? If that's how the cops found it, they weren't like, oh,
No.
Barney and friends. Okay.
I mean, they might have said Barney and friends, but then they're saying, okay, looking at it, all these men are talking about isn't Barney, it's all these other things. And then
Barney is like the... Never mind.
Stop.
So in the chats, her husband was inviting other men to rape his unconscious wife and watch the videos of the rapes afterwards. You guys are truly...
Sorry, no, this is nervous. Like, this is like trauma response because this is insane.
Can you imagine spending 40 years of your life with someone and finding out that they are a certified freak?
No, that is not a predator.
No, because how old are you?
I mean, like, a criminal.
You're at least 60, 70?
I think they're in their 60s.
I've been doing it for 40 years.
Okay,
they've been doing it for 40. Well, they don't know they've been doing it.
No, but they've been married that long.
No, but you've been a creep. You don't just start filming up girls' dresses.
Somebody and
you
I
got bored one day.
Finish the backstory, please, because I'm in a state of disbelief.
So she had been raped around 200 times between 2011 and 2020 in both Paris and Mazan. They took a toll on her health. She was losing her hair, lost almost 35 pounds. She was experiencing memory loss, and so her kids thought and friends thought it was Alzheimer's.
They have kids?
Yes. The loss and fatigue got so bad that she woke up like with a haircut and didn't even remember getting one.
What?
Yep. She went to the hairdresser and was like, something is wrong. She had cervix pain. She didn't know what was going on. She sought medical advice many times, but her husband was always with her and claimed the symptoms were due to overwork that she was experiencing while taking care of their grandchildren.
Do not make the joke. Is she getting pap smears?
How?
Wow.
Is she getting pap smears across all these years?
We don't know. That's the only thing I don't know. I do know that they were saying that she did catch some. I think you said STDs, but I don't know how this is even been found out and how it was able to go on for so long. And again, he was probably doing this before the record started in 2011.
Starting the timer.
Where do we begin?
Let me finish. One last thing is the individuals are being invited to their house to have sex with her, and they are individuals from like around the neighboring cities that they were in. So they weren't even only in one in Paris. They were in 2 different cities, and these are like neighbors, people she's seeing at the grocery store. Carol has a question.
Her husband's still alive?
Yeah.
And she's in court, she's not allowed to call it rape.
What?
She has to refer to it as like the sex.
Yeah, what did they say?
Something.
So there is another term. Although they wanted her to keep her silent.
Sex exploitation, is that what it is?
No, it's like something that is benign. It's not like vilifying what has happened to her.
Sexual experience, maybe. Like something like...
Is that because... Huh?
The judge is how that...
A man? Got it.
And we only know about this and her name and any of this because she said, oh, no. You're not about to make it so it's just my, you get to, if you don't want to put your name in
You're not going to sweep it under the rug by not giving me a name and a face.
So her name and her face is only out there because she made that choice. Most rape victims, you don't even know who it is. It does.
Like a Jane Doe?
Yeah, or somebody I'm trying to say witness, but it's not witness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have no words. I have a lot of words, but this is insane.
If she did that, and this is just hypothetical, I don't know, because I am thoroughly disgusted that maybe she went on record for perhaps maybe some of the people that might have engaged didn't know that she was drugged, didn't know that she was a unwilling participant.
Wasn't she unconscious?
They knew.
And then they were in the chat rooms that said unconscious.
And even if they're
I'm not making excuse at all.
No, what I'm saying part of the rules was like if they saw her move at all, they were to immediately leave the room. Like if she were to insinuate that she were waking up potentially, that they are supposed to leave.
Yeah, no, honey. Yeah.
They're aware.
They were fully.
This is gross.
I want to say that it's gross mainly for this reason. There's tons of reasons, but mainly for this reason. These are individuals. These are the reasons why women say the bear.
Say
the bear. Just off the strength of people you see every other day, maybe grocery store, walking to work,
going to your
building.
mailbox,
right? Like individuals that are willingly doing these things and looking up sites. Like it's not like he went and talked to his neighbor and was like, hey, you know what I do to my wife? Like they were looking for the same thing. These are individuals you see all the time looking for the same type of thing.
Disgusting.
Which is scary.
It is terrifying.
Is absolutely terrifying. This is why women choose the bear.
The fact that her husband is still alive she's a better person than most.
You ain't lying, because oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm not equipped. I really don't have the work. I really can't imagine spending 40 years of what you think is a happy life with someone to find out that they've been doing this to you. I can't imagine how earth-shattering that is.
Yeah. And then gaslighting you this entire time.
Going with you to your doctor's appointments.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because of you or
and
going through this.
Not making at the very like base level of it. Not only are they drugging you, signing you up to be raped, lying to your face every day, not helping you through it, but they're also not requiring these men to wear condoms. So she also I think she has HIV potentially and other STDs as a result of these rapings, because like at the very, very bare minimum of this disgusting predatory behavior, he couldn't even do that. Which also is confusing because like, isn't that also a plain way to get caught? Like, how do I, like, if you don't have an STD and suddenly I do.
And I know I'm not sleeping with anybody else. Right.
How old are the kids? Do we know?
I can look that up, but I don't know it.
They're probably grown. They've been
I think that they're grown.
I mean,
yeah.
they said they have
60s.
grandchildren.
True.
Yeah, they have grandkids. She was taking. That was what he was saying. She's overstressed from taking care of their grandkids.
Put that man under the jail.
First of all, do not blame.
Do not pass go. Do not
Don't
pass.
put kids involved in that.
Like supportive of like the death penalty like that, but I hope like the most disgusting, inhumane way happens to him for him to die.
I also like the fact that they're already like trying to skew this case.
Of course they are.
But like, what is the question here?
You have a line of people walking in and waiting in court to be witnesses because they participated. Not just
like,
10,
all y'all need to be
not
locked
just
up.
20,
Take their
almost
asses to jail
99
too.
men.
Because you know what the rules were.
men.
Everyone needs to be locked up.
They are complicit.
Yeah.
They're
And
more
then
than
They are
complicit.
they are accomplices
Yeah.
Criminals.
in the crime.
How many of y'all are married?
That
And your
part.
wives and y'all just
Girlfriends.
Some of them are married. One of the husbands was like doing it to his wife, and so
That's
her
how they
husband was doing it to his. It was like
they were switching.
what
Instead of having just a conversation and saying, "Hey, hun, I'd like to explore."
how do you bring that up?
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I would have
also,
said this unconscious.
that's also not what that was about.
No, I don't mean the unconscious part. I mean just in saying I
Just
want
go
there to
ahead
be
and
two
say, "Can I be
willing
your
couples
pimp?"
that want to
And
swap?
Because that's not what he wanted.
Yeah, I know.
I just do we have what are we talking about?
Let's just segue into the other sicko because I don't know what else to talk about on this.
Okay, so did he do it? Is the question.
And the answer is now yes.
Did he do it?
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Combs,
Love.
is now behind bars. Denied bail twice by the state of New York.
Can you
And
imagine the
had his
audacity to be
entire-
like, okay, give me bail. I won't have women over to the house. Nigga, you was fucking men too. What are you talking
First of
about?
all, the fact that they
I will not
took
flee, neither will my children.
his passport, they took his mama's
Also, why can't they
passport,
flee?
his kids' passport.
Let me get out.
They took everybody's everything.
No, I think he put that a part of his like bail agree, like to come up with the whatever part of that 50 million, the 10%, whatever he had to
he
come
put
up
up
with.
his mama's house.
I was
I
like,
heard
but
that today.
I think he relinquished their passports, not they took them. Like he offered them up, is from my understanding.
I just don't understand
so
what I have to do with your crimes.
Because if your kids are
go to
gone,
Bali.
your first stop. If my kids are leaving, then
You're trying to be with them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get
although
away
Russell
from
Simmons
you.
don't care about his
I was
children.
about to say, Russell Simmons didn't care a lick.
They didn't care about them damn kids
And
when they
didn't
were
they say
born.
Diddy had left his family when they got raided in Florida?
Yes.
This
Left his
man don't
grown sons.
care about.
Well, he was trying to flee, right? Didn't they catch him at the airport?
That's my point. My point is he don't care about them children. I don't know why he
Decoy
tried to
plane.
lie and be like, well, maybe you can have my kids' passports. We know you don't care about them kids.
This is like I do feel the only people I feel bad in the situation for are his children and the the victims in this case. Because this is the more that comes out of it, I'm almost like fatigued from hearing about him because like it's so much.
The question is, sorry.
I'm gonna say it gives a whole new meaning to ain't nothing like a Diddy party.
And take that.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I need to. Okay.
I didn't know.
No, the people need to leave the party.
Yeah, that too.
And do.
Like I can't even imagine like accidentally getting too drunk at that party, right?
First of all,
I don't know how that sentence was gonna end.
No. Accidentally, like, you get invited to your first Diddy party. You're new to the community or whatever.
Not community.
But just, you know what I'm saying?
The industry.
Industry or just being, I meant community as far as like you're around billionaires and millionaires because that's what that
Sure.
part. Yeah, that part.
I don't know
No,
nothing
there's a
about
community though.
There is.
So, of individuals, and so you accidentally maybe get too drunk, right? Like you're not trying to, but or get roofied. But either way,
I was about to say,
or
you don't get too drunk, you got roofied.
Well, some people do get too
Probably
drunk.
a combination of both.
Right. Like I just can't imagine that being their entryway into the industry.
I just can't fade you accidentally getting too drunk when you know this man has an MO.
I didn't before this, honestly.
I'm saying most people say, oh, well, I've heard about Diddy parties, so I was always curious about them.
I mean, you've never been to a function and left like, dang, I did not mean to drink that much.
That's what I'm saying. Just in general.
No, I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
Nicole's saying it shouldn't happen around that nigga specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I am supportive. I always get on this horse, but Diddy has always given me the creep. I just always, it always gave Predator. It just always gave Napoleon complex. Shit ain't right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we should have known after Making the Band. He made them.
Listen, after Cassie had a shaved head for half a decade or a decade, however the fuck long it was, long after the trend ended, I was like, that girl is not, she can't blink twice.
Right. She's
Not well.
unwell.
She's not safe.
But now I'm like, before everyone was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe like Kim and Cassie and like their whole, like they all go on like family vacations together and blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, were you going to, I don't know, make sure she was okay? Like, she survived? Like, make sure your kids, like, I don't know. It's just like, now it's no longer like, oh, like they're one big, happy, blended family. Now it's like, why was this happening?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And what about the new information with Dawn?
Oh, that too.
I didn't even read all of it. It's like the little inserts I saw, I was just like, it's gross. Like you're gross.
Yeah.
The only other things I saw, well, not the only other things, but like some of the alarming things, I think she they got into it and they locked her into a car.
Yeah, for like hours.
For hours. Her dad had to drive from Baltimore to New York to get her out of the car because it didn't have handles on the inside.
Yeah.
And she couldn't get out. And then she was also, there were reports of like when they were in Ireland or something that, I don't know, something happened with like an executive assistant and Diddy was like pissed at her. And then they were flying back and Dawn asked where she was. And he said, I left her there, but took her passport with him.
Yeah.
Like crazy shit.
What is wrong with you? Like, you're mad at me, so you leave me stuck in a foreign country? Like,
yeah.
On a work trip at that? Like,
after I did what you asked me to, because he was only there because it was after a freak off situation too.
Listen, these are the men that should be. It's flagrant.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm saying it.
Castrated.
These are the men that should be killed, and then we should cut open their brains and see what happened in there. Because that's what needs to be studied. Like, how does this person come to be?
Get to be this.
Like, how do you even? I like the things I read about are things I have never even crossed the two hemispheres between my ears. Like, I just can't even fathom
How sick people are.
Conceiving these plans, let alone
acting it out.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem from a movie. Like, I don't know. Like, this doesn't seem like a real life situation that someone's doing over
both
decades.
of these situations are real.
I'm about to say, and not only that, a lot of people have often talked about, it's about money that has allowed these individuals to be like that. That the last story, that's not necessarily true. That's not always true either. The power does, and money allows you to maybe do it more frequently.
Get away with it.
Get you access.
Get you access. But it's no different between, it don't matter if you got a lot of money, you ain't got no money.
If you're sick,
you're sick, you're sick. Okay? It just goes all the way across the board, which again makes it so scary. These individuals are out there and there's the bear. I choose the bear.
Nicole, you still choosing the man?
No. I think I chose the man too.
You did.
I think you did. But I think from the premise that I could kill the man either than I could kill a bear.
But these women could. I just didn't.
I mean, I don't want to be like they not me.
Operating in a space of disgust, like the fact that people like think about these things, and then everybody is like, now, he's on suicide watch. That man is not on nobody's suicide watch.
Did he?
Apparently, he's on quote unquote suicide watch.
Like he's gonna get suicided watch, or like
that part. And I'm like, it's definitely a situation he's gonna be
killed,
unalived.
It's like when someone gets killed in jail, but then they tell you that they committed suicide, but really they got murdered.
Okay, I was like, murder? Okay.
Yeah. But I also, of course, my thought process went to one, he knows too much. If he starts singing like a canary, then other people could potentially unalive him because of what he knows. But the other part is
he's too vain to kill himself. Also,
I agree with that. But the other part is I'm patiently waiting for, because they've already hinted at the fact that they have alleged proof that he set up Pac's death. And when they find the rest of it, that he killed Pac and Biggie, then it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
That what?
That
he gets
somebody is going to try to unalive him.
Do you think that they're going to wait for confirmation to do that?
They might not.
Like the worst kept secret in all of Black culture?
No, I don't think that they're going to wait. I think it's just time and opportunity.
Oh, okay.
And because he's now locked up, there might only
listen. He's in his prime. Like this is the dream he's been waiting for. If someone slips him a bottle of baby oil, like he's gonna be.
Why did somebody say? Somebody said, first of all,
don't ever talk about me.
Don't ever blame a shortage on the pandemic. The fact that he had so much baby oil. I said the way he probably has a deal with Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson. He went above them and said, Procter and Gamble, I'll slide you. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll slide you.
Carol, I'm sick.
I'm sick. He's sick.
He is truly sick.
That's evident.
Oh my God.
Okay, so it makes to be honest with you, because it's entertainment, I don't see all the things. I was watching this meme, and yesterday somebody walking down the stairs, and it said when you walk downstairs at Diddy's house, and he's like slipping and sliding all over.
Yes, I saw that.
I'm just like, what? Like,
you can't be serious about anything. We cannot be serious about anything.
Listen, we need some. It's how we heal.
Yeah, this is gross behavior.
It's just like too dark to like stay dark about it.
Yeah, I'm glad this man's finally behind bars. I hope he never gets out.
Please.
Ever. Oh my God.
Please.
I hope that his victims feel
justice for Cassie.
Something. Like,
can we also talk about his publicist?
Yeah, for a minute and 20 seconds.
Because what? Right. Girl, why are you only just now jumping ship?
Like, I just can't do this anymore. You could do it.
You should have been to quit.
Before? Because that, whatever that, the first time.
Been quit.
Also, how much were you present for?
That was the other thing, too.
And how much have you covered up?
That part, too.
We don't feel sorry for you.
At all. Like, what?
Not even in the slightest.
I would say, if you could do that other stuff, why is this the thing you can't do?
His bodyguards too.
Let's be honest.
All his
the reason why she's
too.
probably leaving is because he
either.
don't have no way to pay her. It has nothing to do with the fact that that's probably what it is.
Have they freeze his assets?
Do you get your assets frozen over sexual crimes?
I don't know.
It's not a financial crime.
if he's a flight risk, they might have locked his stuff down, so
but
he
he's
couldn't
in jail. So that doesn't matter because he's not.
Well, now he's in jail, but before,
yeah, that's true.
You have 30 seconds to get out.
Who else do we think is gonna who's catching fallout?
I'm not listing nothing, but
I'm trying to get y'all caught up.
But to say, who would be up there
They can't cancel us, y'all. It's our last episode.
I can
take the risk.
I can tell you. I can
got it,
tell
child.
you.
What?
Y'all got it.
I'm scared.
We'll talk about it after.
Not I'm scared, but you posed the question.
We'll see who goes first.
That's why I posted.
That's things we can discuss offline. Come find us.
Oh man, time's up. Shoot. Dang it. Gotta move
Acting like we have
on.
industry connects.
Aw. Okay.
I don't want to piss my good friends off.
Oh, yeah.
That's not what, never mind. Okay, so next up, a topic that we have touched on but haven't really talked about a whole lot is, well, at all on the podcast, is destined to be single. We're moving out of hot tops now. We're talking about like the stuff that we were supposed to be on, right? Like
The stuff y'all know and love us for.
yeah.
Yes.
So I thought about this topic a while ago because I was just thinking like, I know a lot of older single Christian women, right? That have either never been married or are divorced or whatever, but do not have a partner, right? So is there and there's always this thought that like there's someone for everyone, like everyone has a counterpart or a soulmate or whatever. But is there a chance that maybe some people don't, but we are, as humans, we are conditioned to want partnership or companionship in some way. But is there a thought that maybe like your life is to be single, and like at what point are you okay with that? Can you be okay with that if you come to that resolve that you'll just never be partnered with someone, and that thought? Because also as a Christian, I'm supposed to not have sex before marriage, so you have also
We all fall short.
Got it. For those people that have decided not to fall short, are you committing to a lifetime of
Like, what's her
celibacy?
name? From Molly from Insecure, right?
Oh, that's a good example.
Yeah. Although
I don't know if she's a virgin or just celibate. I don't know.
Although she fell one time, but I think she got back up.
Yeah.
But she, I
I was supposed to say I just didn't know if she still. I mean, she may not, but is she still?
don't know what she.
I don't.
She was.
I
She
know her
was at a
business.
point.
I know
there was a point.
I know her business.
Right.
I don't know.
She is not having relations, I think is what she said. Right.
Oh, okay.
So the question is that what does that look like for people? Or do you guys feel that way? That some people will be single for the rest of their lives, or like what?
Based on how they act.
Well, it's not like
That was a good throwback. I don't know if maybe once upon a time I'll use once upon a time.
Because you're engaged.
No, I wasn't referring to me. Thank you.
I was like, not you, the whole man.
I was gonna say we attended a thing, and I remember somebody saying there's a gift in singleness,
But not
and you said not forever.
forever. No, go ahead. No, sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm just saying that people need to find what it is, like operate in your singleness, and if it is for you to have a companion, or that, I feel like it will come. I think I'm not going to call it a mistake. I think the trouble that people are having is that they're looking for something instead of just operating in what they are in the moment.
Mm-hmm. But you're still operating off the assumption that it would come. I'm saying, what if?
But you don't
that's
have
not
to.
your life.
You don't have to operate in a state of that it will one day come. You can operate in your day to day right now and not.
desire.
I feel like because if you hyper focus on what is going to happen next month or next year when it relates to relationship, like I feel like if you amp up your thought process about your personal goals, about your business, about your other things that you and I'm not saying this is for everybody. Some people they operate in their singleness so much so that they don't think about what life looks like outside of that. And then if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, then they don't feel like they're missing anything.
I feel like that's the thing us old birds in long-term relationships tell single people.
No, I didn't. That wasn't anything I said. It was something I heard.
But that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
She's saying
She
you
was
heard
like,
it from
the
them.
old bird told you.
Yes, that's what you heard from the old lady.
An old bird that's been married for 25 years.
I feel like it's like, take your mind off it and it'll come easily to you. I don't know. I feel like I understand that thinking. I'm not saying that it's wrong. It doesn't replace what's missing. You know what I mean? Like if you're hungry and you work out and drink water and watch TV, it doesn't stop you from being hungry. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I also feel like you have to be mindful of the verbiage you use, because what's missing, it could easily transition to something that you're lacking. And I feel like if you tell yourself that I'm okay right now as I am today, then the things that other people think you're lacking in, you don't feel like you're like you feel fulfilled, whole. Like that's just like somebody saying, okay, you know, everybody thinks of the next step. So you're single, you get in a relationship, there's a baby. There's some people that don't have kids. So am I not fulfilled because I don't have a kid?
No, but I think we're kind of coming at it from two different perspectives. So I'm definitely with you on all of that. And I'm not saying that like to be single is to lack. That's not what I'm equivocating. I think that you can really be a whole person, enjoy yourself, but also miss partnership and want that for yourself. And I don't think that it's like derived because you're not focused enough on yourself. That's why you're still single. Like if you would just focus on you wouldn't even miss it. Like I just don't think that that is true for everyone. I mean, there are people like Tracee Ellis Ross who's like, listen, I really fucking love my life at this juncture. And if you're not going to come in and immediately make my life better, then we're probably not going to end up together. And that is a woman who is at peace with like where she is. But there are a lot of people who could be at the exact same place in life as Tracee Ellis Ross and still feel like I really want partnership. Mm-hmm. And just
that's
like,
fair.
You know, it's just like based on people are individuals, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I just, it's not, I'm not saying that takeaway is wrong or like people can't take something and like benefit from it. But I think sometimes there's this air of like, focus on you in your singleness. Like, don't worry about what's coming next. And sometimes I just think it can be a little bit like pejorative to people. That's like,
I'm not
like
saying,
you shouldn't want that kind of.
I'm not saying you shouldn't want it. I'm saying that you should find peace in the moment. Like not make peace with yourself. I'm saying like, what do I need to do for me that, yes, there's a list of wants, but what do I need to do for me to be okay right now in this moment?
There's two points that you guys are both making that I agree with, and then I also have a third. No, so I'll say this with regards to Tiffany's. I think that it is, to her point, society has an influence on certain things, right? Whether or not you even thought about that, there's always a bit of influence. And when you are going into situations and people keep asking you about something that may have been on the back burner, but at the same time, oh, should it be important? Like you keep getting asked this question and then it starts to become more important whether or not you want it to or not. And then there are some individuals who, like you hear about people who may be like asexual, right? Like there is no desire for that. Well, even within them, there is still that desire to have connectedness, to Tiffany's point. And I think what we've talked about in previous conversations is those relationships being something outside of an intimate relationship. So having a friend you're really, really close to, even though it's not an intimate relationship, it is fulfilling the thing you need because you don't need the intimacy if you're asexual. You just need the connectedness in the relationship. That's all you need from that. So
just going to get movies and popcorn.
No.
Like the two best friends that moved in with each other because to buy the house.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that kind of
those
situation.
type of relationships. Like
you should have partnership. It's just not.
But there are some people, like I know for a fact, I never wanted kids. Yes, I'm great with kids, but there has never been a desire in me for that. There are some people who can stand 10 toes down on that and be fine. No matter how many times people ask you to have a kid, you're okay with that. And then there's other people who don't have that conviction or aren't really sure. Or then there's people who are like, no, I have all of these things and I still want a partner. Like all of those things can very well be true. It's just not as easy as being like, oh, as religious people, let me seek God in this. Even in, I have to take this back to the Bible.
God can keep you warm at night.
1 Corinthians.
Just kidding.
1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians chapter 7, I think starting at verse 7, there you find Paul telling them, all right, if you want to you shouldn't be having sex. But since they having sex and y'all not having sex, then y'all should go and get married. And those people who don't want to be married or are having no interest in being tied to anybody.
Mormon wives.
Is this how marriage became a thing?
No, it was a thing
Niggas out here.
before, but there was also a lot of people having sex outside of marriage, and they were saying if you want to be a Christian, you cannot have this. So there's this thing where Paul is saying we would love for y'all all to be single.
What a terrible premise.
Live single lives to the rest of your life, and you be fully fulfilled by the word of God, and that's it.
But we gave you bodies.
Right. And since that ain't happening, y'all need to get married. Right? Like, since we know you're going to be out, you have that sexual desire. So there are people who could be fine. He knew that he was fine with that, but not everybody is. And he also had to say, hey, if you're not going to do that, then marriage is for you. It may not be
rewarding
for any of those things. But
the concept of marriage being for you because you want to have sex is crazy. But
I think they still use it now.
They do. That's why I said Mormon wives. That's why I'm married.
We have to move on. We have to move on. We have a lot to cover. We have to move on.
They're eating the... Okay, sorry.
All right. Next up, BFFs. Tiff, this is yours.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I kind of wanted to bring up the topic of best friends and kind of talk about it from a bunch of different angles. So this came to me because I was watching...
10 minutes.
I was looking at... Not you started. I'm kicking off the topic. Not you cussing me out. I only took 10 seconds to explain the beginning. Goodness gracious.
You said a bunch of different angles.
Okay, all right, fair. Well, we can, whatever we discuss, we get to. But, okay, this came to me because I was on Instagram and one of the Love Island girlies' birthday recently happened. And so, you know how all of them do the post for your birthday and then you repost the post. And it's like, oh, my bestie. And I'm like, besties, interesting. Y'all have known each other for like 6 months maybe at this juncture.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, so like this is like really interesting. And so like there's just this concept of are best friends born out of tenure of friendship, born out of experiences together, similar mindsets? Is it like, is having a new best friend a threat to your old best friend? What if when your man's your best friend or your significant other is your best friend and y'all break up? Like, what happens with the best friends? Is that a threat to your best friends? Like, I got a lot of questions.
I was like, what are we answering? I'm starting the timer.
Yeah. So I will say that I feel like it depends on how old you are. And the only reason why I say that is because when you're younger, I feel like the word friend and best friend is a term used loosely.
Trey just told me, he just called me with his best friend.
See?
This guy has been in 3 of his basketball practices.
See? It definitely comes with age. The older you get, the more friends become associates and more best friends become just friends. And then you have your besties for real that are your besties.
Do you think you can have new besties at this age?
I'm not.
Yeah. You're going to be the first person to say no and then the first one to have a new best friend.
Okay, for me personally, people want to be my friend, but...
She's got
so
a point.
I'm
not actually mad at this
you're
point.
their friend. They are not your friend.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
She collects people. Mm-hmm. She does. She does.
Wow. There are
that
people...
makes her sound like a psychopath.
Right. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Yeah,
like
that does make me sound like a psychopath. But no, there are people... I'm a friendly individual from time to time.
And loving and kind.
And people want to be in a space that maybe y'all occupy. And no. It's a no.
It's a no for me, dog.
Okay.
Okay, so... There's a couple. You said best friends from tenure, best friends from situations, and what was the other one?
I think I threw trauma bond in there, or like I don't know, whatever other situations there can be.
I do feel like friendships grow out of different situations, right? And also we've talked about friendship breakups. They can end over situations, whatever. I do feel like possibly the Love Island girlies they might really be really good friends because they did experience something that majority of the world will never experience, will never be able to understand. So they do have
that's good.
A shared experience there. I guess the question is next year when all the hype has died down, a new season is out. Life has kind of gone back to some sense of normalcy. Will this friendship still survive? Will be the true test of like, are we friends for a moment? Or, you know what I mean? I think,
or it's like, yeah. Cause like, even when you go on like trips with people, like, you can have a great experience with that person on that trip, but it's like it doesn't necessarily carry over to like your everyday life. But you still have like those memories and that fondness, but it doesn't like yield them into being a best friend. So that's kind of why I was asking. Like I don't like what
you don't know anything about my life for real. Like or you might because on the trip,
or you may not fit into my life for real.
Yeah,
like
we were friends for this
areas.
We got along.
If you don't fit, you must have quit.
I don't know. Sorry, what do you think?
Carol brought a great point up, which I didn't think about, was the fact that they are trauma bonding.
I didn't say the trauma. I didn't say the trauma.
I don't know. I don't watch the show, so to me, trauma.
You just be hearing what you want to hear.
Experience. That's what I said.
You be hearing what you want to hear. Yep.
So you said they were trauma bonding. What? No, but so to that point, I think that it can be an intense thing for those individuals. But I will say that I think some people have difficulty making friends outside of those type of situations. So when you do start to get close with somebody in a shared situation that has put you closer than other people, you may be their best friend, because for them they don't know. I've learned at this age that a lot of people struggle to have what we have. And it's because what you have to pour into that is maybe more than people are ready to deal with, right? And ready to invest in. So it's very easy to keep people like this, but then they see people having a really close...
You want to say a name?
No. Having a really close friendship, and then are I want that for myself, and I'm going to do the best that I can to try to figure that out, but they don't know how to. They don't know how to do it. So these situations are like ones where they're kind of forced to be in that situation together, and that person can be their best friend. But then you can also have people who look at it very differently. They're like, this is a situation. I appreciate you for being in this situation with me, and we shared a lot of stuff, but I would need more time and energy spent in this if we're going to call ourselves best friends. You may be a smooth associate for me because I have my best friends. And it's not to say that I can't have more associates or friends, but you're going to have to do a lot of work to get to that best friend category. Yeah. It's not the same for everybody.
Yeah, for
sure. I will say too that like, sorry.
No.
I will say like, as I've gotten older, I've realized that I'm in situations where I'm having deeper conversations with strangers or...
Because what else are we talking about?
Yeah, like, or we'll be like you'll invite me. You have other friends that are not just like my friends. So we're talking about things. We're having deep conversations that maybe I wouldn't have with people that, as I was younger, I wouldn't have these open, transparent conversations with people that aren't my friends. Mm-hmm. So like you said, people can misconstrue us having bonding and having a moment over it translating past that. But I will say, I find myself connecting with people more as an adult than I did when I was younger. Because I think part of that is because I'm not as guarded as an adult. Because I've been through too much to care how, I do care about what people think. I will say that. But like, I've experienced so much in my life at this point that like, you not liking me, you not understanding me, you judging me for what's happened to me in my past. Like, I don't care. Like, if we're going to have a conversation, I'm okay with being open and transparent as long as I feel safe in that moment. But I also feel like I've gained friends as an adult that I don't know. I don't think it happened as fast. Not as fast, but like I feel like I've connected with more people as an adult. So like while I do have my core set of friends, I am meeting people. I'm like, oh, I could see you like being a part of my like closer inner circle. I'm not closed off to more close connections. And for me, I think as I've gotten older, I really value good people. Yeah. So if more people are coming into my life and they've proven themselves to be good, and we have a mutual or equal respect and love, camaraderie, like I welcome you pouring into my life in a positive way.
Great. This goes perfectly into my next question, which is for Nicole. Are new best friends a threat to the old best friends?
I don't have any new ones to threaten y'all, so.
No, you're thinking about this inversely from how I mean it.
Oh, you mean like if y'all were to get some new besties?
That's right. Yes.
Not to me.
Like they're not besties to you? What does
that
mean?
I mean they're not. Like I don't view them as a threat.
Oh, do you tell your face that when they tell you about them, or?
You said what? Huh? Do I tell my face what?
Okay, sorry.
What was the rest of your question?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm not as mean to y'all's friends as I used to be. If that's what you're used to be. Okay, if that's what you're referring to.
That's actually a fact. That is a fact.
You're proving my point.
If that's what you're referring to, then I'm not as mean to y'all's friends as I used to be. I used to troll and I used to be very rude.
Oh, too, actually, now that I think about it.
But I am not that way anymore.
You aren't. You are.
Tell the stories.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, what? No, I can't. There's too many innocent bystanders that are going to catch some strays.
I am not as mean to y'all's friends as I used to be.
Oh my God.
I am now willing to come together in support of y'all and however that looks and for the greater good because it's not about me.
I will say I've met some really amazing people through you guys.
Again, your
Yeah,
face,
same.
like your face and your words are not matching.
Should I pause this to like check on you?
I can't fix my face.
Okay.
My face is like this.
You just look very bothered as well.
I'm just saying.
As much as we joke about this, I've met some really amazing people through you guys. And not to even to say that like they would be like my best friends, but like I can appreciate them for who they are in you guys' lives through
Ditto.
different,
Same way.
events that we've had and whatever. So
And with that,
Yeah.
Come on, besties.
with a minute and a half left, can your significant other be your best friend? And is that a threat to your best friend? And what happens if y'all separate?
I feel like they should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like your partner should be your best friend.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree as well.
Is it different from your friends being your best friends?
Yeah, because I'm not sleeping with you guys.
Yeah, well, there's one
Thank you for
point
that
of
clarity.
contention.
In case anyone was wondering. There's no nefarious things happening across this table.
Nope.
That's not
No.
quite how I meant it. Okay.
How did you mean it? Check
Thank
pause?
you.
I don't understand. For clarity. Because we have like 55 seconds.
Okay, more like kind of which group chat are you more afraid to come to light? Like, is it the group? Is it the chat with your fans or
Yeah.
the chat with your besties?
Yeah.
Because the best friend,
different
like,
reasons.
it's kind of different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
if I die, like factory
I believe
reset.
that for you fully, actually.
Factory
Actually,
reset.
no, I don't. It's actually going to be ours that you would throw into the wind because you don't even be in there. There's
Facts.
nothing scandalous about you in
Yeah,
there.
but I guard y'all's secrets.
Yeah. No, honestly.
She don't know him or until she sees us in person, but she guards him.
I read them. Don't y'all see when I love it or if I
Yeah.
like it?
Yeah,
that
2
means
days
I was
later,
there.
right, I do
Right,
see
right.
that.
That is literally me saying Nicole was here.
2 days later, I do see that.
We
You're
do
right.
need like a document that you have to like put in like like when the president has like his secret code word or whatever. Like we need that, but that's like all of us have to put it in at the exact same time to trigger it so that when one of us dies, we can delete everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I
That's
mean
fair.
that sincerely.
Yes.
Me
Like,
in particular.
our conversations be woo.
I don't think they're that bad.
It's not even, yeah, I don't even.
Yeah, they're not.
they're
bad.
They're not as bad as that nigga that was married for 40 years.
Oh yeah, no, it's not that bad.
no,
I'm not going to jail for sure.
No.
But like definitely delete my hidden folders. All of it.
All of them.
Gotcha.
Every single one.
Got it.
All right. This is the next one is the election and Project 2025.
That's how you really feel.
You know.
Okay.
And we'll set it up and then I'll set the timer.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to skip it?
You do something
No.
else.
She said that's what she's gonna say.
Okay.
No.
Anyone want to set up this where we could possibly go with this conversation?
How did we begin it?
So I'll tell you what I've been telling maybe my nieces and nephews,
Scared.
right? Because
is one of them still voting for RFK?
Vote for
let's not talk about it. I don't know.
Every time I see him, I'm like,
I don't know.
RFK.
But anyway,
isn't that his name? Robert?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. So this is what I've
Sorry,
been telling
I'm missing
people
the point.
about the
Junior?
election is
You weren't
that
there. I'll tell you later.
the two candidates are like yogurt versus ice cream, and you're lactose intolerant.
Okay, fair.
That's
I
what
mean, a politician is a politician.
Is that how we're starting off? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
I said-
fair.
So we encouraging people to vote.
Yes, I believe everybody should vote.
All right, we're back. And
Right.
we're back. And we're back.
Everybody
I'm
needs
starting
to
the timer. This
vote.
is already getting crazy. I'm starting the timer.
Everybody needs to vote. But what I've said is that, I mean, politics is politics, right?
Mm-hmm.
This election is like yogurt versus ice cream and you're lactose intolerant. Both of them gonna fuck your stomach up, but one has less calories.
I would actually
What?
dare to venture to separate them a smidget more.
On the side of the yogurt in this analogy?
I'm sorry?
Yogurt is the winner in this analogy?
Not
I
Trump
mean,
being the
one has
better.
less calories.
That's
you
not
want-
where I thought this metaphor was going.
It's
I
not.
hate it. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't have to like it.
Yeah.
I just
Trump eating
it
ice
was
cream
like
is
a little
crazy.
funny. It was like a little funny.
Because we like ice cream. No, we need to try something else.
Oh my God, so literal. It was
Yeah,
just so.
'cause
You could have switched it and
Never
said
mind.
that the ice cream is at least sweet. Or so, you know what I'm
We
saying?
need to,
Like
we need to
Never
get,
mind.
what's the
Just
top?
forget
Let's
about
get
it.
on the
Just
topic.
forget about it. Let's get on topic.
No, I will say this election has been extremely a joke.
yes.
more than
is-
usual. More than
Yeah.
the last one.
Well, because we have both. We have it started.
It
How it
started
started
with
was like
him.
crazy.
Yeah, it has been more
that
chaotic.
first debate
Oh
with
my God. With Joe.
with President. I'm gonna
President
try and be
Biden.
respectful. President Joe Biden.
Yes.
And Donald Trump, because I have no respect on your name. That first debate was so it felt like a skit, like an SNL skit, to like put it nicely. I've never been so embarrassed in my entire life to like see that these two people are competing to run our country, and you guys are arguing about whose golf game is better.
I also felt like I was watching it like I watch the gymnastics events in the Olympics where I'm holding my breath before things are answered, which I have never felt. It's like, is he gonna get the words
Out today.
Yeah,
Please complete the thought.
yeah.
It was very stressful. However, I think the coup the media ran after that debate was insane.
Yeah, no, that was a lot.
intentional.
And very
Yeah.
planned.
Yeah.
And very
For sure.
wild. Watching that
Yeah.
transpire
Yeah.
Yeah.
was very wild to me.
Watching you explain this is like in the.
It's giving very Kamala, Vice President Kamala.
I just like can't. I was floored that was the rhetoric that was coming out of that debate. And I was like, so we're going to talk about the age of the current sitting president that we already knew about,
Not the
Right.
felon running.
and not the felon or
With
any of the
34
lies that he
counts.
told during the
Right.
debate. I was very, very, very shocked. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. It definitely took a left real fast. And I was like, oh, y'all do not want him to win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like at all, you do not want him
And
to
at
We're
the
win.
setting
time,
this man
I was
up.
very concerned because I was
Right.
like, what's the other
now?
option?
Yeah. What are we going to do?
Now, right.
Yeah.
Did
no.
you think Vice President Harris was going to be who he supported once he stepped down?
Biden?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it had to be like there was no time for, not even time, but like I don't know who else it could like
Yo,
to
the way
bring
I
someone
was-
up to that point would have been a lost cause.
And that was what my concern was. And that's why I was like very shocked by the media, because it's like, it's fine to be like, listen, you've done your job in the last election and now it's time to pass the baton. But what we didn't do in the last 4 years was create the next person to come behind him.
Right.
So that's where I was like very confused as to like, you guys didn't plan for this. So like to have this clearly planned out like rollout of like sudden hatred for President Biden is very alarming to me, because you haven't had any like
right.
clear support of like a next up and coming candidate that we thought could be on the ticket this year.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
and you know how like you think about if this was a perfect world and my wishful thinking would go into play.
Mhm.
I was really hoping I was going to wake up the next morning and be like, former First Lady Obama has decided to step in as a candidate.
Oh, I would
And,
never wish that on her.
I
She
mean,
don't wish it on her. That
she
child
doesn't
is
wish it on
young.
her, but like in your wishful thinking mind, is she capable of running the country? Absolutely.
How do we? Okay.
Mm.
I
Just
just-
because I feel like she could. That's it.
Yeah. It's been a lot
Yeah.
this election season.
It's exhausting. I'm over it.
Is there anything positive that you guys want to talk about?
I do want to talk about positive because I feel like, sorry,
Let's say that
Kamala
Vice
Harris-
President
Vice President
Kamala Harris
Yeah.
could be the first black woman.
Well, not only
that.
Well,
that,
I'd say
but also
woman of
not
color.
only that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of rhetoric around like vitriol and hatred for her, which was happening with Hillary, and we all saw that. And I feel like there was a lot with Hillary that I did not know. So like, I won't even like get into like what all that was, whether it was valid or not. I don't know why people are playing in Vice President Harris's face like she doesn't have the chops for this job.
Right, that
Like
part.
she is the most established political
Between the
candidate, not but beyond. Like
Right.
also like if there were like other people that they were considering, she has the most accomplished resume of any of them to do this job. And I don't feel like that's being talked about enough. Like it's being like kind of like glazed over as though like, oh, they're kind of neck and neck. No, they're not.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of, that's also really frustrating to me because I think that is part of it. Like as Black women, like this happens a lot where like all your credentials just kind of get glazed over because it's like, well, you have to have them to be here. But it's like, yeah, but having them is why I'm also perfectly suited
for this job.
Right.
And not this person who has none of these.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that he's white and you're comfortable with white and man.
I will say I was
white and man.
shocked at the amount of support that came out right after.
Me too.
And also a little, I thought it was a little funny, like the whole white men for Vice President Kamala Harris group chat or Zoom
Swifties
calls
for
that
Harris.
were happening. Like that's not a little weird. Like, I don't know why you have to call it that.
Racism.
But it was nice to see like a lot of people immediately surround her. Now, was it out of a need? Maybe. But like, it is nice for once to see a lot of people behind a Black woman and being positive and supporting her. Like that mass campaigning for her immediately was really nice to see.
Yeah. I think I kind of liked seeing the different groups. I mean, I understand what
I just don't want to call it white men for Kamala. Like that feels...
But I kind of like knowing that there were like...
men for Kamala?
No. Because that's why they did it.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know
it's
why
important
they
for
did
you
it.
to know that there are like white men that are not going to be supportive of
This
Trump.
is like back-to-back white women for Kamala. White men. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, everyone else assumes they're going to vote for Trump. We have to make this clear.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why.
Racism.
I get it. We could... Never mind. I was going to make a joke. I won't.
Racism.
Nervous. They're eating the... Okay.
I don't even know if we have time to touch on... We do. We have 2 minutes to touch on the last debate. If you guys want to get some jokes off.
Where do you start? They're eating the dogs. I've got concepts of a plan.
But there is no plan.
What? I just feel like the tweet that resonated the most with me was like talking about how the campaign was like, okay, they're going to bait Trump. He needs to be ready to be baited. And they were like, we're going to bait him. And then they baited him. And then he was like, my crowd size.
Yeah.
was the biggest crowd size.
Yeah. First of all, the first, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, I was like, wow, is he going to be a civilized human being for once in his life?
Never.
And then that kind of like,
Here he is. He's
there
coming.
he is. There's the bar.
Right.
He doesn't know how to
Back
be.
in-
It
back in
literally
hell.
is not a learned behavior.
But it felt like it was like taking a lot out of him. Like it is like
to hold it
like,
in?
yeah, like for him to be like a normal like presidential candidate was just like it was like a Hulk. Like it was just like it was too much. It just had to come out.
I also thought that the power move of her going to shake his hand was like,
Yeah.
And him not.
Yeah, because he didn't come meet her. She had to basically
She went
come
all the
out
way over
Did he
there.
even shake her hand?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't want to.
Also, him trying to be like, there can't be a riser because she's so much shorter than him. I'm like,
yeah.
like, what is wrong with you?
Also, who cares? We saw her side-eyeing you at the height she was at.
Right.
And I almost want to call you up.
That was the best part of the night. Best part of the night. I love her reminding us that like she is still a Black woman. Every chance that she gets.
Oh, I
Don't
loved
worry
it.
about me. Those facial expressions.
What a crazy fool. And I was saying, well, never mind. That was just going to be petty and gross. I'll just keep it to myself.
Say it.
Please.
Oh, there was a lot of rhetoric about his neck vagina.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
I missed that somehow.
I've never noticed it.
They have zoomies
Okay,
of
we
the
don't need
TV.
we did not need the visual.
Right. Next time, right here. Right
Okay,
here.
I'm cutting y'all off. I'm stopping this right
You don't
here.
make me say it. I told you I was
I tried to tell this where you were
Isn't the
going.
timer going off?
No, I just turned it off. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Jesus.
Neck vagina is where we have to stop with the election. Crazy that those are in the same sentence.
Oh my God.
Okay, so last but not least, we're going to talk about mandatory in-office work. I'll just kick it off real quick. As we all know, we won't say any employers' names. After COVID, a lot of companies, obviously, we were all remote working. COVID didn't go away, but people made it seem like it did. So now a lot of companies are wanting people to come back to the office. They are trying to say that it's because of camaraderie and we need to build teamwork and office culture and all these things. I don't know. Well, actually, I have met a couple people that are like, oh, I love being in the office. It's so amazing. Blah, blah, blah. That probably hate their families. But yeah.
No, they're extroverts that don't know how to be by themselves. No, I think they hate their families.
That's the only thing you can tell me. Because why? There's no upside to this. But now companies are mandatoring. Before it was like hybrid schedules. Now more companies are moving towards going back 5 days a week. How do you guys feel?
Ew.
And go.
5 days a week? Not even like a...
Oh, wow. You really don't be in the group chat. Crazy.
Good job. Go ahead. Oh,
I'm done.
Really took the wind out of her sails.
I'm just kidding. Do you want to go in 5 days a week, Nicole?
I don't have to go in no days a week. So y'all have fun in the office.
Tiffany, do you have any comments?
So many. I'm so mad. Just like don't know what else to say. It's really disheartening, I think, is like the most benign way I can explain it. I think it just feels like a bunch of BS. And that they trying to get us to quit so they don't have to fire people. And
that's what I was going to say. Do you feel like, besides the particular company that just came out with it, like, do you guys feel it's more so just getting people to quit their jobs so they don't have to do layoffs and do, pay severance and all that kind of stuff?
I think that that's a big part of it. I also think that the interesting thing that I was seeing on social media is that a lot of people are concerned that this is going to become like they're the first mover to do it, the first big like tech company to do it. So that other companies are going to follow suit. And people are pissed and concerned about that. And I also just like, we know from COVID that like productivity didn't drop. And we know from a lot of these companies' profit margins that it didn't drop either. So like all the justification for why you have to go into the office 5 days a week just all feels hollow. And so that's really annoying to contend with because, again, like no one will be a straight shooter because that's corporate life. But it's very frustrating. And I think also for me personally, coming out on the other side of maternity leave to having to go back into the office 5 days a week and now having to contend with like daycare schedules and pickup and like I'm already going through like a really big life change. So having to add that back into my life potentially is like really less than ideal in terms of the timing. So that is disheartening too. But another one of the comments that I saw, which was really interesting, was like, interesting that they would say this. Maybe we should go back to only shopping in person instead of remotely, since that is the take that they want to have.
Well,
I like that.
Do it.
Boycott them.
So when I was working in the corporate world, having to see invoices come in and out, and regardless if bodies are in offices or not, that leases have to be paid. Real estate, I think, is a really big decision as to why some corporations decide to are pushing this narrative of going back into the office. It has nothing to do. They say it's for culture. They say it's so that you can have work relationship with the people who you work with or whatever have you, team building, if you will. But a lot of it has to do with the amount of money that we're paying people plus the real estate. But they're also too, what is the word I want to use? Vain in some instances. In other instances is they don't want to relinquish the control over certain spaces when it comes to real estate, to say, let's just close this office down and then just keep y'all remote.
It also doesn't make sense to me to do that from other companies' perspectives. If you're leasing a building versus you own the building, you could cut that loss. Like you could cut that expense from your balance sheet and then you have a lot more upside. So I guess from like a perspective of like optics, maybe it matters to you to have those like office buildings, but it really doesn't make sense from like, if we're just talking balance sheet. And we all know that like people are actually more productive at work than they are in the office. at home than they are in the office. And I honestly work longer hours when I'm here than when I am in the office because I don't have to worry about commuting.
Also, are you paying people more? Because like,
commute?
Like you were talking about, like, I don't know how people did this before. I'm spitting, sorry. Especially as a single mom, like, I have to pick up my son. I have a very strict small window to drop my kid off before he is late, before I start getting letters for truancy and all this other kind of stuff from the state. And when I have to pick him up before, then I'm start being charged, right? For picking him up late. I'm already paying extra for him to stay late. So I'm not leaving it only like at an earlier time. Like I'm already paying extra so I can stay through most of the day. And I'm still not in my office for 8 hours. Even when I am there, I'm not there for 8 hours. So now, if I had to go in every single day, and because the traffic is here and where I work and where my child is in school, like that's an extra expense for me to drop him off earlier, to pay for before school care, and now pay for the extended after school care off of the same salary that I'm getting right now. Like my expenses are going up. Like your expenses might be evening out, going down or whatever. Me as the employee are investing more money just to be in the office when I could do my exact same job from my house.
Preach. Add to that, I used to metro into the office. If I have a kid, I can't metro into the office. If I need to like pick him up on an emergency or like whatever, like I can't be relying on the metro schedule in order to do that. Parking at our office, me paying to park to go to work is $21 a day. They subsidize $10 of that for $110 a month. If I have to go in 5 days a week, it's over $500 I'm paying in parking.
Another expense. Another expense I was not paying before. On top of a child. I get it. No one makes us have kids. I understand that. Like, that is not the point.
But this was not the decision I was faced with at the time that I decided to have a kid.
Right.
Now, I will say, I do understand both sides of it as far as like if you're looking from a capitalist decision. Being a capitalist.
When do we do that?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying for what Nicole was saying earlier, with regards to why they may be doing X, Y, and Z. Right? There's all of this is happening because of money. Sure, the other stuff is real cute, but all of this is about money.
All right, we have a minute left. Does anyone else have anything else to say about this?
Go get your hair done and make sure you find me on Booksy.
What is
5 days a week.
What's your name? How do they find
every
you on
day.
Booksy? Because it's not Nicole Gordon. So how do they find you?
It's the therapist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like the therapist, but hair.
I love that.
Love that. Yeah.
But only
I
book
feel
me
ashamed
through
that I didn't
certain
realize
days
that.
so I don't have to go in
It
every
took me
day
a long time
of
to
the
find her.
week.
That's why I said it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Also, I would like to say this, not respectfully, F y'all that are trying to get people to come into work 5 days a week. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for us. It may for y'all in the long run, but it really doesn't make any sense.
Hybrid, fine. You guys don't want to do full 100% remote? Fine. Hybrid, cool. 5 days a week is absolutely insane.
They're also, I mean, like I said, they're talking to the government too, right? And so the government has needs for these based on tax reasons as well. So like,
But the government's also trying to get people to come back more.
That's what I'm
often, too.
saying. That's what they're part of the reason why businesses are considering all of this.
All right, this was fun.
But the government is also relinquishing a lot of the buildings that they had leases in.
Because they were losing money as well.
That's my my point.
Yes.
How do I turn you guys off? We have to move on.
Okay. I'm mad. That's all.
I'm mad for you. I'm mad. Like, listen,
Me too.
I feel like you said it's only a matter of time before this is we're trying to get back to it. All right, we're moving on to one thing we gonna do is tangent.
Not me always forgetting myself. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of rapid fire ones depending on how long it takes us.
You want a timer?
To get through these? What is the appropriate time?
5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's more time than I thought.
For all of them, not each.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Oh.
5 minutes for all of them.
Oh, okay. If someone made a movie about your life, what genre would it fall in?
What's like a sad comedy?
Isn't that just what it's called?
Sad comedy?
Just kidding.
Oh.
Dramedy.
That's what I call them.
I think it would definitely be
Dramedy.
I mean, I do have happy times, so I think it would be a dramedy for me. I have a lot of happy times. Let me not speak ill over my life. I have a good time. 37 has been
You
a good
said a
time.
lot. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you asked me last year, it would have been like tragedy. Whatever the Titanic is, like that's would have been my
Drama.
yeah,
Historical tragedy.
yeah. But now it would be a dramedy for me.
It depends on the day of the week, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like different years. Like if we're going. When I was in college, I thought for sure it was a comedy. I was like, what
You
is
ain't lying.
happening?
Like Project
for most of
X comedy.
So like, yeah.
College.
A rom-com?
No. There ain't enough rom in this com.
That's what I was going to say. Mine was.
Not enough rom in this com.
Not even in college? Mm-mm. Oh, I feel like it was so much easier in college.
Tank.
Okay.
No, it was cool, but it wasn't like that.
Okay.
Nicole, do you have a proposal?
I just say comedy, and it's comedy because it's probably a dramedy, but everything in it is just laughable. Like all you can do is laugh at it. It's
Not
just,
life being a joke for all of us.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
Well, what would we do without laughter?
Facts.
This would have been a dry ass pod without it. I'll tell you what.
Ooh,
Sad.
friendship too. That's what we do.
Facts. It is. And as a culture, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did we stop domesticating animals at dogs, cats, and horses?
Why didn't we?
Why did we?
Is there an animal that you wish was domesticated?
I
That's
mean,
not?
the ferrets and
Foxes
people have
sometimes.
birds. People do keep raccoons and squirrels.
Have you
Okay,
seen the
who
people
do
who
you
have
know?
lions
I
and
mean, when you
tigers?
scroll on social media, people keep exotic cats.
Yeah, lions and tigers.
But they
and
haven't
monkeys.
been
not
like wildly
domesticated.
domesticated,
They,
though.
that's
they
what
have
she's saying.
domesticated
So-
them.
Oh, well, I thought that's what you meant, right? Like who else amongst those things? I mean, I'm saying a lot of people are trying to start.
I mean, like commonly,
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, like ones that you can't get eaten by, maybe. Or
Maybe
that you
that's
think
maybe-
aren't going to eat you.
Maybe that's what it was. You know, like one dog, one wolf was all right.
I'm sick.
I keep seeing things that they're like foxes are trying to get domesticated.
Oh, they have.
They are trying to?
Like they are trying
Like the
to.
fox community?
The foxes are coming to people's houses and are being like, hey, feed me. Like they're trying to imitate dogs and cats more so that people will take them in because they don't want to fend for themselves anymore. I don't know if it's true, but it's something
That's
that
with your own two eyes?
wild.
Huh?
You saw with your own two eyes?
No. They're eating the dog.
Wow. As a non-animal person, I can't relate to this question.
I just feel like the other ones aren't because they could kill us. Like I don't.
But so can dogs and snakes.
But like squirrels can't.
Yeah, right. So like, why not a squirrel?
Rabies,
Maybe because
right?
it looks like a
Oh,
rat.
I guess they're domesticated. I
Is
don't
it
know.
because it looks
Yeah,
like a
but
rat?
people-
This all sounds gross.
People get guinea pigs and hamsters, and
They can't kill you.
They're all
That's her
rodent
point.
adjacent.
So she's saying a squirrel is like that.
Oh, they're a rodent.
Yeah.
They
Ew.
can't kill you.
This is all gross. You have a minute, 30
Alright.
seconds.
I'm trying to
Okay.
think of like, yeah, what else has been
No, let's
like
move on.
dogs were decently sized, but I don't know. It takes a lot of them to kill you.
Yeah.
Versus
pack.
one lion could easily kill a person. Like I'm not domesticating that. I'm good. They trying
I
right
really
now.
thought
Like,
about
I
I
don't-
mean, there's.
Wow,
I
we're
think
still talking about this.
We can move on.
Okay.
I have more
Sorry.
questions. I'm sorry.
next tangent.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, I have another animal related one, but I think I'll go away from it.
Thank you.
Not you rolling your eyes. This side of the table liked animals.
All right. I'm
Okay,
going to speed up y'all's time.
I mean, I am curious. Can animals get like allergies in the sense of like a peanut allergy, like one that will like one bite and it's gonna kill you? I know that there are things that they can't eat because it's like poisonous to them,
Right.
but like allergy, like do they go into anaphylaxis?
If we keep inbreeding them, I wouldn't be surprised.
Not if we keep inbreeding.
Spoken from our resident vet.
Yeah.
Like,
they're
what?
so inbred. I was looking
First
at
of
something
all,
today.
what
I
is
was
that
like,
question in general? Can an animal go into anaphylaxis shock?
Are you judging the way my brain works, or
No, not at all. I'm just like that. That is like
how do I answer that?
it's just
yes.
Moving right along. Okay, what do you think Kelly and Beyonce's group chat is like? You think it's shady? You think it's like
Oh.
uplifting? Do you think they
Both
share
ends.
news
I think it's
articles?
definitely shady.
I think it goes
Both
the
ends.
whole gamut.
I think it's
I
our
think it's
group
shady.
chat.
You're like, you saw this nigga. That's a, if someone could hack something, that's the group chat I want to see.
Beyonce and Kelly.
Yeah.
I think so.
I want to see Rihanna's.
Ooh.
Like, who's in her group chat?
Man.
Because she's funny. Like,
ASAP
She is
Rocky.
really funny.
like
That's
without
it.
really trying, I feel like.
Yeah.
Her and Glorilla and like Megan, I would want to see their group chat too.
Definitely probably Meg's because I think that she's just out there.
I would see Glorilla and Meg specifically. Because I
Yes.
know they're
Yes.
friends now.
Yeah.
And
What
I
about
know
the
they
one with
cut
Cardi?
up. Oh, yeah. And her too.
Okay.
I know they cut up.
For sure.
They have a time. I know that
I
group chat is
Right.
a time.
They do. All right. It's time for
Coley's Corner.
I forgot how it went.
Been so long.
Okay, we have options.
We got options.
We got options. I think.
Do we have options? What time is it?
Am I the asshole for accepting money from my parents for my wedding and then eloping? My parents gave each of my brothers $50,000 when they graduated from university as a down payment on their home. When I graduated, they did not do the same for me. I asked about it and they said my husband should provide. I wasn't married. I still lived at home. 3 years later, I met my husband. We dated for a year and then we got engaged. My parents were overjoyed. We were set for a date. They gave me a check for $50,000 to pay for the wedding. I took the check and we eloped. We then used the check for a down payment on a house. My husband had a similar amount saved up, so we were in a good spot with equity. My parents were furious that they didn't get a big wedding for all of their friends and family to attend. They said they gave me the money for a wedding. My argument is that I got married and I had leftover money. Accurate in my books. My brothers are on their side, so I'm here to ask if I'm in the wrong. Am I the asshole? And she does clarify in the comments, she does have a wedding. It's just not a super big wedding. That costs $50,000.
First of all, okay, sorry.
Okay, let me start off by saying this inquiry comes from Comfort Level Podcasts. Go ahead, Carol. Now that we know the source, get your rocks off.
I just think it's very interesting for her to be like, your husband should provide when you just provided for your two sons. So they're not providing, you are.
Right.
So what the hell are you talking about? Let's start there.
Also, why as a woman do I have to be reliant on a man?
And why would you want me
if
to?
You have it.
And you're going to give it to me anyway, but you want me to spend it frivolously?
On other people?
When you let these other two niggas decide?
Get y'all rocks off. Why don't you?
No,
the patriarchy is in the room with us.
Yeah, no, that would really, like, at first I was like, oh, she's definitely the asshole. But then as it went on, I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, her parents are out of line, I feel like from jump.
So the brother, okay, I'm going to jump to the brothers being supportive of the parents.
Yeah, because first of all, shut the fuck up.
Right. You got nothing.
That part. One, because you got your check and you got to do what you wanted to do with it, which was buy a house. And
was that the caveat? Was the caveat to buy a house? It was, here's $50,000. You do what you want.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about buying a house.
I didn't hear a caveat.
So now I'm even more mad.
It sounded like they got money for down payments on homes. It sounds like they both bought homes. However, it also implies like it's giving 1560, like where you give a dowry for somebody. So it's
the
like
year?
Except for the other way around, right?
Right.
Well, no, because I guess the husband family would give a dowry to the
right.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, we'll pay for the wedding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you marry your daughter. It's giving double standard.
1,000%.
It's given, okay, you're marrying your daughter off in hopes that her significant other will be able to take care of her. It's giving, you jump-started your son's life so that they could, in effort, go find someone, marry them.
With something they could have equity in, not a day.
Right.
But see, I think what is lost in their mind is the fact that they don't care about her getting a leg up, which is the frustrating part. Financial stability, which is a whole nother conversation that people don't like to get into. Like, would you rather type deals? Would you rather your child be smart and use it so then that way there's a level of equity and something that will appreciate, hopefully? Or do you want her to spend all this money on a wedding that's going to last a few hours and then she looking at you still broke and maybe her and her man are looking for somewhere to live?
They're not, because like you had a man, it's his job. So if both of y'all her parents.
So then y'all both gonna go move in with their mama.
And on top of it, it sounds like her husband did have it. I mean, he had the similar saved up, but it's just like, as your daughter, like that's my beef is with y'all.
Yes.
Because like, yes, I did like marry well and like we are like financially in a good spot, but also I don't need this money for y'all to throw a party for your friends.
Yeah.
Yep. That part.
But also it sounds like she's smart, because if you gave me $50,000, I've elected to put it towards the rest of my life.
You're disappointed?
You're mad?
Yep.
Because it's not about our friends. Come on, y'all.
And the fact that she still had a wedding and you guys just don't like how she did it?
Also, Then pay
Her
for the
friends were invited?
actual expenses, then giving me the lump sum.
Yeah.
But also, it sounds like y'all got it.
Right.
Throw the wedding y'all
Right,
want.
because at
That
this
is
point,
that.
they're giving away $150,000.
All I heard in the beginning was 150 was being given out.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But also, how
Okay.
tight
Can I
would
be
I have
one of
been
their
after
kids?
graduation if I'm like, I'm about to get my check. I'm about to get my check.
And then you don't get checked?
That's why she was like, all right, hold that.
I got
The
you.
level, I mean, also like you're feeling entitled because like, you know what I mean? Because it was a gift, right? The parents decided to do this, but like when I tell you I would have been hot and hurt and
Especially
tight.
if you're watching it happen to your brothers.
Mhm.
It's
And
like, so
it's
I don't
happening
have
to
a
a woman.
penis,
Perpetuates the
and that's
problem.
the only reason
I'm
why
not getting this
you
check.
guys aren't. Until I have a penis in my life, you
So I went
guys
to-
won't give me $50,000. Like it's
and it's for
crazy.
a party.
And what if she's gay and you don't like it? Am
Well,
I not going to get
said-
it then?
Okay, that's fair.
No. I just mean in
Okay.
general.
No,
Like,
I'm just
that's
trying
what
to
she
put
had
that
gotten
in
the
there.
check.
That's what I'm
Would she have
saying.
gotten the check?
It sounds like no.
Right.
It's giving no.
I don't know that. I'm just not throwing.
No, because they
She
said
said
they're
your man needs
right,
to provide. That's what they
right.
said. They were very specific in their language.
So if I married a woman, does that mean that you
That's
would
what
have
I'm
given me the
asking.
$50,000
That's
to
what
buy
I'm
the
asking.
house
That's what I'm asking.
instead of the party?
What things are happening? What is happening?
What's happening is double standards.
I feel like
sure.
sis definitely
What's
came up.
happening is patriarchy. What's happening is trauma.
But also, are they mad? Like, are they asking for the money back? Because if not, like, y'all can just.
It
How you
doesn't
gonna get
seem
back?
like it
Move
doesn't
in?
seem like that.
No, I'm saying though, like, they don't sound mad enough
All
for
I
this
know
ending the
is-
relationship. So I feel like
All I know
we can go to
is
therapy and make this work.
they better hope them sons and they wives pull together to take care of their old asses.
That's my first thought. 'Cause
Not
what
your
are we
first
doing?
thought.
I'm for real because this is
You
personal.
gonna be mad at me
That was
for
personal.
building a life?
That was
fair.
personal.
Okay,
No,
let's
Thanksgiving's
watch them
definitely gonna
take
be
care
different.
of you.
Yeah, nah, we got
But then
beef.
after they done spent that little bit of money you gave them, okay, look, watch them take care of you.
Well, I hope-
We got beef.
I hope a extended homestay is in there, also in their will.
They-
I hope they plan for it.
right.
Paying for everything else out there.
right. Appreciate you.
Plan for 2
player.
weddings.
Crazy.
Coley's Corner. There's always some crazy shit popping off over here.
That was pretty quick. Do you want another one or we're good?
Oh,
Oh, I don't care. I'm just asking.
that's
It's
okay.
going to be the last one.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
You have another one? Wait, make sure your volume's down because you're up right now. I'm just.
Okay.
right now.
Let's see.
I feel like we had a real life one, but I can't remember it.
Did we?
Aren't all these real life?
Like our real life.
Oh.
Girl.
Okay.
Two?
Y'all want to do one more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right. So
Nervous.
this one comes from
Yes.
Daily Blast Live.
What?
Mm.
Blast?
Mhm.
Okay.
The title of it is Husband Abandons Wife During Connecting Flight for Being Late. The internet is on his side. What do you think? Okay. So the explanation is, let me start by
Don't
saying
make me
that
agree with the
traveling
man.
with my wife is not a great experience.
Choose the bear.
Sir, I tell you. choose
I am
the-
very type A. I like to have everything organized and make sure that we get to where we need to be early, especially when traveling. My wife is the opposite, very go with the flow, and we will get there when we get there. We got there on time with a bit of time to spare, and my wife was annoyed. Okay.
Wait a minute.
She
So
sounds like a
you're
peach.
mad we're not going to miss the flight.
Wow, what a gem.
Kept going on about how now we have to sit and wait for 45
Bitch,
minutes.
if you don't go to the bar, shut the hell up.
I mean, in her defense, it is
Wait.
perfectly timed if you get through security and walk straight onto the plane.
That part.
That is
The-
chef's kiss.
Hate both
For
y'all. The
them
level
to
of
start
anxiety.
boarding, we took our first flight and landed in the connecting city at a much larger airport. We got to our terminal and had about 15 minutes until our plane was set to board.
15?
Yep.
1-5.
Yep. 15.
Oh, this is level of stress she like.
Yeah, right here. Just like, we in it now.
My
We
wife
in it.
tells me that she wants to get coffee. There was a little market. There was a little market next to our terminal that sold hot food and coffee. I asked if she wanted me to grab it for her. No, I want Starbucks, she said.
Oh, hell
Well, Starbucks was a rail ride away.
A rail ride?
And a little bit of a walk. I told her we couldn't do that. We didn't have enough time. She stated that
Just
we had
on
enough
the plane like this. Because I never understand why people get coffee before they get on the plane and they're not going to finish it before they get on the plane. Because then you just got to sit there with it.
Right.
What do you mean? You drink it on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
It's awkward.
there's not like a cup holder. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if I fall asleep on
That's like
planes,
business.
so I can't.
Oh, I'm that
Okay.
person.
It doesn't have a lid, so
We
I
didn't
can't.
have
You know what I mean?
She stated that we had enough time, and if I wouldn't go with her, she would go by herself.
Bye.
15 minutes went by, and she was nowhere to be seen.
Idiot.
They started calling boarding groups. I called my wife, hoping she was nearby. She didn't answer. In a panic, I called my wife again 3 times. Finally, on the last call, she answered and said she was on her way. It was a long line, and she had to wait a bit. I told her that they were almost done with boarding and she needed to hurry up. I waited by the gate, but the attendant said they would need to shut the gate in 2 minutes. I waited and waited, obviously for 2 minutes, but she didn't show up. The attendant asked if I wanted to board. Otherwise, she was closing the gate. I tried to plead with her to wait a couple of minutes, but she insisted that she couldn't, so I boarded the plane. A few minutes later, my wife calls me saying that the attendant won't let her on.
Duh.
They had already removed the boarding ramp at that point. I told her to go purchase a new ticket for the next flight and I would see her when she arrives. We are now home and she hasn't talked to me since the trip over a week ago. And is insisting that I am an asshole. So am I the asshole?
Are we going to run down the moments you were an asshole, ma'am?
Not her calling in the plane taxiing away.
Right.
I'd have been like, oh, I can't pick up. I gotta be on airplane mode. They done already told me. See you, Mexico.
No, yeah, I called you 2 times earlier. You didn't answer the phone, so why am I answering on the first
Not
one?
him
now?
watching the phone ring on the plane.
Right.
Okay, so the way, first of all,
With his, I would with my coffee.
the way flights are these days,
Dylan, right next door.
coffee.
No, you could
I would have got one.
Next
The
door.
one right next to the market that we were at our gate.
Showing up for
You big
flights
dummy.
on time, it makes me anxious.
What do you mean? Like right as soon as you get there, you can pull
Yes.
it?
Same. I have a lot of travel anxiety too.
I don't mind sitting at the
I have
gate
anxiety
because at
period.
least
I'm
I'm
anxious
at
on the
the
way,
gate.
and then I'm like, nice.
No.
Did it
At
again.
least I'm at the gate and I don't like that stress. I'd rather be like, if my flight is at 7, I want to be at the airport no later than 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Let me say this. I'm like in between. So like I want to make sure I have enough time, but also because I travel a decent amount because of work, I have, especially here, I know the sweet spot between the 3 airports that I go to frequently here. Like, you know, for certain airplanes, it'd be the longer. You can, for Reagan, it's like, it's
in and out.
It's in and out. Like, I know how much time it's when I'm leaving from home.
Mm-hmm.
I know how much time it takes. I know what I need to do. Sometimes I will cut it a little close, but like I said, I know the airports. When I'm out of town, I don't know the airports. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know what security looking like. Same thing. I'm going to get to the airport probably an hour. I'm more of like an hour and a half, hour, 15-minute type of girly because I have pre-check. So I'll just go and I'll sit down. I will go get a meal.
Yeah.
I will go purchase a drink.
Yep.
I will go get my coffee and whatever else I need to make my flight a comfortable one. And then I will sit my ass in the seat and be properly prepared to board when my group is called.
Yep.
What I am not gonna do
Just miss your flight.
is miss my flight that I spent someone's hard-earned money on, either mine or someone else's. I'm getting on the plane. Now, if I'm traveling with a group, my man specifically, I think I would miss the connection. And I'm going to be pissed about it.
Yes.
I am going to be angry.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
But I'm going to wait for you.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, yeah.
and we are going to find a connecting flight. And you had better hope it is today.
Yep.
And soon.
Yep.
And you
soon and very soon.
Soon and very
or
soon.
you won't see the king.
But I'm going to wait. I'm going to be mad as hell, but
Yeah.
I am going to wait.
Yep.
Ooh.
So I did that once, not in a relationship. No, I was traveling with Rita, my sister friend, and she was like, we had a connecting flight. And of course, because both of us are slow, like mobility wise, just walking. I was like, Rita, I am not leaving without you. She was like, hurry up and get to the gate. I guess our connecting the first flight was running a little bit behind. So I get to the next gate and I'm like, she's coming. We cannot leave without her. I will not let us leave without her. And she was like, oh, it's fine. You have a few minutes. And I'm like pacing the floor. I'm pacing the floor because like things like that make me anxious. I mean, granted, she made it, but if it would, like you said, if it was my man, if it was Harry and he was like, oh, I have to run to the restroom real quick. I'm like, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be mad. And then when he gets mad that we're still sitting where we're sitting and not at home, I'm gonna remind him every second I can get as to why we missed the flight.
I'm also cussing you out if you try and leave to another gate somewhere to go get coffee. Like we're gonna have an argument. Yes. So much so that now you don't have time.
Yeah.
So now we see you on the plane. Because why
you might as well get on this good flight.
Why was even an option at this point? Like why did you think that was a good idea?
Yeah, no.
And then it was a line I had to wait.
First, the moment you looked and saw there was a line, you should have walked away.
Well, first of all, I know she's white because
just
how
go get
dare
coffee
you?
Somewhere else. Are you?
Or wait.
How dare you? First of all,
you just think the plane's gonna wait for you because you went to Starbucks instead of
the privilege of it all.
When has coffee ever been that important? Like, girl, we don't get on this
First
flight.
of all,
15 minutes. You already know you don't have time. You barely had time for this market right here.
It was a trail. It wasn't like it was like okay, I can. It's like down the hall.
She in Atlanta airport.
It was a trail.
And she got to be on the tram,
right,
to go to gate B and she in D.
Right.
And Starbucks coffee is not even like.
It's not even.
Not enough to miss my flight.
No.
Like. And even when no one's in there, sometimes they be taking 10 minutes to make your coffee anyway.
Right.
So like,
especially in the airport, they're slow.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially
you
in the
ain't got
airport.
it on the app because if you hadn't did it when we had got in our car off the plane,
that is a little iffy depending on how backed up they are.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it can be like, oh, we backed up, or the machine. It's always the machine is not working. Our orders are not coming through right, and then you're just still standing there looking stupid.
Nah, it's crazy. Sis is crazy. Justice for man. However,
justice for me.
Tiff, if you had gotten left, would she?
I know you would never do that. It's okay. I know that.
Patrick would never do that.
Never.
He would never do that.
But you also wouldn't be the person going to go get the coffee.
No, because I have sense in my brain. But also, if it were me, like I would also be irate, but I would never get on that plane. If I would be looking at our marriage a little bit like, oh. So when push comes to shove,
I'm the shove.
You're just gonna leave me.
I would be upset.
If you got left?
Yes, I would be so upset.
I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
I think we're both gonna be mad as hell then because how dare
And
you?
we are. And we
Right.
are.
Go get the coffee.
And I acknowledge. And I would rather be mad
Together?
and right.
Yeah.
Than mad and left. That to me is just my abandonment trigger. Like I couldn't. Because what if it was something else? What if I had explosive diarrhea? You getting on the plane?
No, that's different.
No,
Coffee is
that
where
is
I'm
different.
like,
Coffee
that is different.
That's what I'm saying. Talking through all of this, the coffee is for me the thing that would really make
you on
me
that plane?
think about going on that plane. Like
No, this bitch.
we breaking up anyway. After this,
be like, I want to go so bad because you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I would also be wrong. So I'm going to stay here. But you done tempted me.
Yeah.
That coffee.
No,
For
the
coffee,
argument that is
It
about
is such a
to
low
ensue.
barometer
Yeah,
of a reason
coffee.
to miss a flight.
If you were same thing. If you were in the bathroom, your stomach is hurting, whatever, something that you didn't anticipate, it was going to take longer, fine. You knew when you decided to leave that you were not going to make this.
Well, the
that
other
we,
part is
not even you, your selfish ass decided that we
Bars.
are about to miss this flight.
so close.
That's true. Because on the other side, as him,
might
I would
get
be. Yeah, I would be thinking from the other side of no.
Yeah, you're not going. Again, you're
Just,
not going.
That's one of those. You start to walk away and grab the back of their shirt and you're not
Honestly,
going
TSA
anywhere.
might have escorted us out because the level of if you were that,
Not your face being on the outside of an airport.
it would have been the no-fly list because if you're that concerned about getting coffee, then us going to our destination,
It sounded like home.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like this is one of those things where people are like, years later when they get divorced, they're like, I knew then.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of those
Yep.
situations.
But also, if you think about it, if I had to paint a picture in my head, he was ready to get his ass home anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm if we've already been somewhere and it's the last day and we're getting on a plane, like I'm ready to be home now. And your ass is in between me being home.
Yeah.
And sitting in this airport
and you
all
don't
night.
care about me. You don't care about me at all. Okay.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
Be mad. I'm gonna be home.
Yeah.
You gonna be mad in this airport? I'm gonna be
By
home.
yourself.
Yeah.
Call customer service, trying to figure out your flight.
All I want to do is yell at you on this phone while I'm on the plane. But right now, all I can do is
Yeah, no. Bro, you got it.
I think I'm
sorry for you.
I think they're both wrong in the situation. I don't think you should have gotten on the plane, but she's more wrong.
for sure.
I would agree.
I'd agree.
But
For
also, if you knew that the Starbucks was in Terminal XYZ, that means you looked for it. That means maybe you passed by it. At what point did you decide?
Ooh, if you pass by,
Nah, she didn't pass by it. Maybe she'd been at the
I'm
airport
just
before.
saying, like I know that you can search for things in the airport, but the whole time you were searching, you couldn't have found anything else to eat besides.
I mean, there was one right there.
There's one we got. Yeah. The moment you realized we had 15 minutes before our plane boards, somebody should have been like, you know what? Gonna have to skip the coffee.
I'm good.
Gonna have to get on the other side.
I did this once, but I didn't miss my flight.
You're pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was
Okay.
like, all right, we in this airport. I know that there's this one store that is in this one terminal that we're not in. And if I don't go right now, I'm not going to be able to go until the next time we're in this airport.
Yeah.
And I don't know when that's going to be. And so I ran my ass over there, got it was Rocky Mountain, something or other, but they have these chocolate covered apples that are like really amazing. I used to go to them all the time in college when we were flying for games. But I didn't make anybody miss their flight, including myself. And if it was too close, I would not have gone.
Yeah.
It wasn't that serious. But
I've also gone somewhere.
Sorry.
No,
I was
go
just saying that it's like a place that it was unique that you can't get
Yeah,
other
everywhere
places.
else.
Not Starbucks.
I was pretty close with some Garrett's popcorn. Not gonna lie, in Chicago, I was like, "Ooh, this line needs to."
They don't have that in every terminal?
At the time, they did it.
Oh.
So,
They only have it in one.
But the
now.
line is
Yeah.
always the line.
Oh.
yeah.
But also, I've gone
fine.
somewhere where I really wanted something, got there, and realized I'm cutting it too close. I have to leave.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I've been in this scenario more than I like to be proud about, but I was by myself, so I didn't
That's
have to
another
leave
thing.
anybody, right?
I also sometimes if I want to risk it, I risk it before I go. Like if I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna make it, or even when I have missed I don't know. I have priorities. Maybe that this is not missing my flight is not something that I'm willing to do.
Yeah. That's fair.
yeah. That's
Because
far
the
level.
I
hassle
will change
of,
my
like,
flight before
getting-
I
yeah.
leave. Like where I'm at. If I really want to, I don't know, whatever. This is
I'm
stupid.
gonna say, and not only that, it depends on your like, where am I at, right? If I'm in the situation where I'm retired, we ain't got nothing else going on. That's a different mindset for me than if we're still working, we've got kids, with babies, all these things. Like, yeah, no,
That's fair. Even when we were leaving Belize, like the place that we were at was very far from the airport. And so we were trying to figure out if we should drive there or fly there. And I was like, well, if we fly, then it's like a flight to a flight. So like we have to account for that time frame. He's like, well, it's pretty close, but it's like, they do this all the time. It'll be a small plane. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll just look for places that we could stay if we miss the flight. Cause
Right.
that's cutting it really close. I'll just plan for that option in case it happens.
Right. But not for coffee.
But not for coffee.
Not for coffee.
To stay on a beach for a few hours longer? Yes.
In Belize, another country.
Yeah. Jesus.
Divorce her, honestly. Like, what the hell?
Justice for man.
The hell?
This is the first time
But
patriarchy
he's
has won.
wrong too, though. So both together, they can stay together.
She's more wrong, but yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say they equate. And I was like, no,
No.
they
I
don't.
just think it's very ironic that the patriarchy won finally.
Right. The
On
last
our
episode.
last one.
Crazy.
It's about time, I think.
Crazy work.
All right, well, I'm about to undo that with my Meme of the Week.
Not undo it.
Well, I'm about to start off. I wasn't going to start off with this one, but because of the patriarchy, I feel like I need to bring us back. Yeah.
Bring us back.
Course
to us.
correct.
I have a couple that I'm just going to get off really quickly because I think they're funny.
No.
But I'm going to go quick.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this one's from Around the Way Curls, and it says, y'all are here talking about our stomachs. Take that hat off. Boy, the only vagina you destroyed was your mama's. Quit acting hard.
Oh, God. Lee, we came out so hard.
All right. Now I'm going to get off the niggas and go back to funny.
Okay, wait. I have a quick question. Have y'all started watching Monsters with the Menendez brothers?
The Hulu one?
No, there's a new one on Netflix.
I haven't seen that one.
I have a song for the Menendez boys. Me and my brother made it up when we were kids.
One of them got a toupee.
We're
made me think
Menendez
of that.
boys. Living in this world. We can make it on our own because we killed our parents. That was my brothers and my song we made up during the trial. Awful.
Hold on, wait. What?
We're kids.
You singing so joyfully about murder is insane.
I was trying to figure out what show this was a theme of.
Oh, also, I was thinking about the Hernandez brothers. You're talking about the Mendez brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you were talking about.
Is it Menendez?
Menendez.
Okay,
Menendez.
the Hernandez ones.
That's
played
Aaron
football.
Hernandez.
That's the
He's
guy.
not a brother. He's just a soul guy.
I know,
Right?
but he has a brother. Sorry, they have a show on. They have a show on Hulu.
They do.
They have a
Oh,
show?
I didn't know.
It's
one
one
of
of those one of those FX. It's the same. It's the same.
like the OJ trial. Yes. Like things like that.
They have a show.
All right, let me get back to the meme of the week. Jesus Christ. All right. This one's called Mommy on the Move. I miss when my bills had nothing to do with me.
Hello.
Same. Being an adult is like having a checklist that never ends. I'd be like, I don't give a F and talk about it to myself for 4 days. That is me.
Ooh,
I'd be doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I don't even care.
Right.
I want to talk about it. Sorry, Patrick.
I think I want to end with this is allegedly a quote from Chloe Bailey, but that feels like a lie. When life is beating your ass, arch it.
She did say that.
I love that.
Okay, so
She did say
all right.
that. Right in line with her Rose song.
Yeah, it does.
I want better for sis.
Me too.
I think I've done the rest of these.
What a time.
Sometimes I feel like my life is being written by someone who isn't sure if they like me or not.
What? Man, that shit feels like it. I feel that. I feel the hell out of that statement.
That writer's definitely doing it for the plot.
Oh, God.
Nothing else.
All right, that was it.
Oh, what a time.
Guys, well, we're ending with, we're at the end
We're at
with
the end.
Aftershade.
Look how far we've come.
I know, crazy.
So proud of us.
Wow.
I did enjoy doing this with you guys. If we never do it again,
Me too.
this is a good time.
It's all right. No, I love it.
Yeah.
I will say
We've had a
everyone that
time.
I've told that we're probably going to stop has just been like, oh.
Not even telling people.
All right, dang, this is not a surprise.
It's not supposed to be a surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Thought we were unveiling some shit. We're not.
To some, to others, no. Apparently your friends don't know.
No, I haven't told nobody.
No,
Oh,
'cause
that
people-
said, no one's asked either.
But I was just going to say,
Actually, that's not true.
that being said,
That's not true because a few people were like, "When are you going to drop another episode?"
Oh, that is- I have heard
and
that.
I did. I said it's coming soon.
oh,
Okay.
no one answered that. They were just like, oh, how's it going? So then I'd be
Oh,
like,
so they're not listening, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh,
So they're
right.
not
Sorry,
our
what were you
listeners.
going to say? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing this a lot lately, and I don't like it. You need to take some. What's that? What's that called?
Yes.
For your brain. You've been forgetting a lot.
You're not alone.
You're
I got
not
all stuff on
alone.
my mind. We could, hey, y'all just going to have to do what
I'm with
do.
you on that, sis.
Are
That's
we
very fair.
affirming shadily?
I want to affirm Shannon
Ourselves?
Sharp. It's like,
For Michelle.
Keep doing your big one, sis.
be the best hoe you know how to be, girl.
Why she gotta be a hoe? That could have been her man.
Wow.
Wait
Wow,
a
the
minute.
patriarchy really
Wait
is
a
winning,
minute.
and that's insane.
I'm not gonna let y'all make hoe a bad word.
We didn't make it a bad word.
Okay, Amber Rose.
Society did.
Wait, do we not have a whole podcast episode about hotels and how hoe is not a bad word?
I think you did.
Is that what we said?
I think you reclaimed it. I don't know if the rest of us did.
Y'all need to walk in y'all hoe them.
Says the one that's about to
I
get
think I'm
married.
retired.
Look here, I
T
can
minus
I
5
can
months.
be one man's hoe.
All right. I think you said that too. Actually,
yeah,
now it's all
you
coming back.
You did.
It's all coming back. So we're not affirming anyone, is what we're saying.
Y'all.
So, did you mean it as a compliment? I guess is the.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
Justice for Michelle. So I'm hearing.
Y'all are obnoxious.
Not y'all are obnoxious. Does anyone have anything real to say?
Well, who are we affirming? First of all, like, what is the.
Our listeners.
Our listeners that have been with us for 3-4 seasons, however many it is.
Okay. Who wants
Nothing.
to start?
Got it. Nobody has nothing.
No, you know what?
You go first.
I want to thank everyone who has encouraged us to keep going, who has watched everything from full episodes to clips to, you may not even be subscribed, but you were like, oh, I saw y'all the other day on something. Like, we appreciate that.
So they're not watching this part?
If we decide to make a clip, sure. They may eventually catch it. Who knows? You know what? It may be in the lexicon long enough for you to finally see this. And we appreciate
It's really
it.
They're just the type of people to wait till it's on Netflix so they can binge watch it.
Oh, okay.
That part, or hey, you know what? What I will say though to our listeners is that not only do I appreciate y'all, but I appreciate y'all allowing us to create something that really I'm excited about being able to look back on. That's mainly what I'm thankful for. Y'all have given us the space to be able to become creators in ways that we talked about. We were like, yeah, we're funny enough. Sure, we're funny enough. Or this seems like something somebody else wants to hear. And y'all have said, yes, that you do appreciate that. I appreciate having that space.
Not enough for y'all, though, for us to monetize it so we can keep doing it.
So I don't know that was really our audience. But okay, you know what? We appreciate y'all. And I'm just going to say that. We appreciate you so much. And to my fellow co-host, thank y'all for opening up yourselves to this. I think we talked about it. Carol for sure talked about it.
It was definitely my idea, for sure.
For a very long time. And
give me my credit.
I can see why there may have been some hesitation to do it, but yeah, every week we're like, woo, yeah. So okay. No.
In retrospect, I can see why some of you may have not wanted to do this.
But I think that we've all grown from this, and I really appreciated being able to do that with y'all. This is something I'll never forget.
Baxby.
No. Anybody want to go next?
Oh, thought you were gonna go. I thought we were just gonna go.
I did my part. That's all y'all.
Okay, I will say I am thankful for this experience. I thought it was really great. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us when it was a very, very ghetto operation inside his kitchen, and we didn't even know how to edit stuff. And I think we talked for 30 minutes and we didn't even press record. So thank you for really hanging in there with us. It's been quite the journey.
It's been a time.
It has been a time, you guys made it worth it. You guys made it worth it for me.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm affirming. Live a great life, have fun, do the things that make you feel scared. Do them anyway. I don't know. I don't know. It's been real.
Okay, girl, bye.
Sign off. Good God.
Y'all know she don't know how to say see you later.
Yeah, it's been real.
All right.
do this.
See you later. This is not goodbye. This is see you later.
Yeah. Aww.
See you later and see you later.
Why would slap
Okay, because it's the last time.
No.
Okay, I want to affirm for our listeners. I hope that this, if nothing else, gave you permission to try. To do something that is like completely outside of your wheelhouse that you have never touched. Maybe it's just a passing thought. I hope that that you've seen like how we've transpired and grown and how much we've enjoyed like making this and creating this for this audience and you guys that you guys feel inspired to do something similar if you feel so inspired to. Because there is so much joy in the process of making like this very podcast. Like I've really enjoyed it. It's come with its trials and tribulations, but it is something that I will look back on very, very fondly. And I'm so glad that we have a record of it. And I just hope, I feel like so much about like creating things and new things are about like, like different versions of success and like monetizing it and having it to be look and feel this certain way in order for it to be a positive thing. And I just hope you remember that that's not true. Like you can just create stuff because you enjoy the fuck out of creating it. And that's how we feel about this. So we're really thankful that you guys came along the ride. And I am like sad that we won't be doing this for a while. I like
You're about to cry?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
And I feel bad about it, but I feel like, things come to a close.
You can't
sometimes
feel bad about things
okay.
that is, I feel like it is a new chapter. Look at it like we're closing out a season, and we're entering into another one.
With a new baby.
With a new baby.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel bad about that. Let me be clear.
Right.
No,
The
but for
chosen
sure.
one will be a gem.
Jesus H. I also just want to say to my fellow co-hosts that I love you guys to the end and beyond. And I'm so glad that we...
If y'all don't do it like this,
You can do it, Carol.
I can't do it.
I'm going to do a little bit of both. Both of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
do it.
hold on. I got you.
I don't.
I got you, girl. Come on here.
Is that,
Dang
I
it.
don't.
Again.
This hurts. What a double entendre. I don't know where I'd be in this life without y'all. I'm so glad that despite this podcast ending, that we still gonna be friends and our group chat's still gonna be lit.
They're going to be so mad. They're going to be so mad. I just want to affirm for our
We're just going to
listeners
stop recording it, but
not to
we
be
still
too
getting our shit
mad.
off.
We sorry y'all missing out. Okay, I'm sorry.
that y'all are going to miss out on the
Yes.
foolishness.
And so are you.
You know it. The way I'm going on hiatus from these hoes for real.
Is that any different than what you're doing right now?
Yes, because it could be do not disturb. It could be full on. And Nicole has left the group. I'll see y'all on
wish you
Sundays.
would.
Okay, Whitney.
I will show up at your house.
I ain't calling you to find out why either.
Aw. They don't get the joke.
They don't. I know. Sorry. Y'all gotta watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It is the best trash.
Oh,
I
yeah.
started it. I am having a hard time.
I'm actually surprised.
You know, that's kind of surprising for you.
It
For
is.
real. Like you.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
It is very frustrating, I will say, to watch.
Is
But
it gonna
like,
be not
It
laugh?
is to start. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's very frustrating to watch, but it's like still good.
That's why I like it though. That's the mess I like to watch.
Yeah, but I think it's the vocal fry and the Karenisms and the
Are you affirming? Wait, hold on. Let's get back to aftershade
'cause-
before
sorry,
we get into this.
tangented. Okay,
Yeah.
so aftershade. First, thank you to all
Bring
of
the
our
hoes back.
watchers, listeners. Thank you to I'm not even gonna call y'all co-hosts. I'm gonna call y'all my friends, my family.
But not best friends.
Carol, shut up. One day I'm gonna take some scissors to her braids and
We'll
create.
cut right here.
No,
Do it in 2 weeks.
All right.
What do I gotta
How
say?
bad do you need
What
to
do I gotta
be
say?
for you to do all of them?
Help me.
recreate
get
your
the guy.
haircut trauma. I affirm to us that when you're friends, when you're besties,
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
make you want to choke them out. Just don't do it. The jail time's not worth it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not billing you.
How'd you be the man on the plane?
Put your hands on me again. I'm calling the cops.
Oh, my side hurts. It may not look like it, but we do love it here.
Taxby.
But anyway, I just want to affirm you all. Thank you all for hanging in tough with us the way you have. Thank you to my besties for being around even when I didn't want y'all to.
Yep.
Yep. Mhm. That tracks.
Getting disrespectful.
Not Nicole crying.
No, I'm not.
Did you tell your eyeballs?
No, I know you have seen me fidgeting with my eyeball the whole time. Anyway, no, I appreciate having this time. I appreciate just, to be honest with you, for me, having a reason to get together with y'all. So I love you. And
You
that's
need
it.
a reason. It's crazy. I also want to, my last comment I like to make before we end this all is, you're welcome.
What in the
I would
Maui?
like to thank me for coming up with this.
All right, y'all. We out.
Oh wait, we gotta appreciate.
Oh, Patrick, do you want to come and say
yes,
final
please
words?
come.
Engineer, thank you so much, P.
You don't want to say
Do you have
anything?
words?
Engineer P.
Woo. Hey guys,
Oh,
you guys want to pretend like you care?
I care. I don't know nothing else to that song either. That's all I know.
I know you don't care too
Okay.
much.
So, a couple words.
Oh, you were okay. Oh,
Paired.
This experience has been one of growth, I think, for all four of y'all, and also for me. You know, serving as your engineer over the past couple of years, it has been a good experience. I don't want y'all to think that I'm just like annoyed with y'all all the time. There's sometimes.
There's cause.
Right?
There's cause.
Like 50%.
Yeah, sometimes, but not all the time. But I do think the concept of what y'all worked on, how y'all developed it, and how you were growing it was on a trajectory to do something for sure. Life will life, right?
Mm-hmm.
This may be ending, but this is not the ending of y'all's friendship or our friendship.
That's right.
As a group, right?
Yep.
So
maybe.
Don't think that.
Just kidding.
However you feel, Carol. However you
Do
feel.
we have voting power?
But I do appreciate, you know, y'all choosing me, or like it seemed like it. How did this formulate? How did this kind of voluntold? Y'all were doing something, and I was just like, look, if y'all want to do it
Hold on,
right,
wait. I was about to say,
This is terrible. You can do it better.
Yeah, you gotta do it right.
You gotta do it right, right? So
We learned.
I think everything that you've accomplished, and also connections that y'all made, you know, they're there, right? So this may be a see you sometime soon, right? Instead of just like complete farewell.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a somber one. It should be one that y'all are proud of.
That's right.
And good work, y'all.
Thank you.
Can we do like a team like fist bump or something? Not a hug, but like.
Nah, you're doing a lot.
Go team.
Wow.
She said it to yourself.
All right, well, bye. Damn, bye.
Okay.
Wow.
He's saluting.
He does hate us. Got it. He's so happy we'll never be back in this house again.
I was like, thanks for being in touch. I'm glad this is over. Okay. Well, we love you and appreciate you.
Thank you.
We do. Me more than them, though.
Yeah,
What is,
I would hope so.
Now you look like you're putting up gang signs. What's happening?
Oh my God. and the madness continues.
Bye.
Tell me you have trauma about saying bye without saying you have trauma about saying bye. This is the longest closing we've ever. It's like 8th closing.
It's like being a Baptist preacher.
Goodness gracious.
We didn't close out so many times.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.